Yeah, you could easily. I mean, you could easily put them like, not right next to each other, but like, in the same room, and the perspective is everything when it comes to stuff like that. So you could make it work. You could definitely make it work.
Yeah, the reason why my husband wanted that one, this one's a nice one, but he didn't like the pose too much. He liked the pose on the other one, which is more straight up, and he liked the guns on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely. I think I like the Dark Knight one better too, but.
Oh, we live?
Yeah.
Oh, we're live, by the way. Yeah, just.
Damn, he snuck us.
Oh, we live tonight. Tonight we having the Juggernaut AA meeting. We here. Dr. Vader here to talk you off the wall. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about that $1,400 that you spend on that shit. It's all good because Vader don't have no horse in this race, Jack. But that being said, we got Rodney Jones in the heat.
Yo, what's up?
and special guest, we have Mr. George Medina with a man he charged rent sitting here on his desk.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Oh yeah, Mr. MC himself, and then, of course the lovely Barbara Lopez, who we still owe $5,000 to George for letting her come on the show.
Hey guys.
And then we got from Universe 616, Mr. Johnny Waddell, Peter Parker himself.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Good to be here.
And special guest, we got Mr. Nick 666 in the house. What's happening, my brother?
What's going on, guys? It's a pleasure, man. Was waiting for a hot minute to get on, and I can't wait for tonight, man.
And as always, from the heartland of the U.S., the thuggish, rugged bone, sexual chocolate himself, Mr. Mac Main of Mac Collection.
Yo, what up? What up, everybody?
So before we get to the Juggernaut therapy session, we got to talk about these Batmans y'all got in that need to be staying in another wing of y'all house. This shit is so damn big.
Yeah, that Batman
Yeah,
is
it is.
ridiculous. That Batman is ridiculous.
I seen Batman statue collector hold that shit up and took his whole torso, the cape.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You just held it up before we came on online. So, man, I mean, where y'all gonna put that shit?
I'm gonna put that right up here.
Oh, okay.
As soon as I get those, move someplace else.
I'm gonna put that shit back in the box.
You gonna put it back in the box?
Not back in the box.
Yo, but Mac, you have 1/3 scales, man. This shouldn't be like surprising to you, right?
No, it's not surprising, but this shit does take up a lot of space compared to the rest of them, man. It's just the width and just the amount of space it takes up is huge.
Yeah, it is.
Is it because of the base?
Yeah, the base and the cape. I mean, it flows to the side. The base is really wide. I mean, look at George's. Just look at it.
It's as wide as it is tall.
Yeah. So it's just massive.
Somebody come and look at this. Just somebody come and look at it.
You said like 80 pounds, right?
Yeah, man. It was the boxes were 50 and 40 pounds.
Yeah.
Yes, I wouldn't put that shit on no glass if I was y'all.
No.
Oh, definitely.
No.
Yeah, because watching Chris's video, you really, I mean, it looked big, but like now seeing it on your desk, man, that thing is gigantic.
Wait till you see the review. I'm like dwarfed by it, man. I'm trying I'm still here, guys.
Yeah.
It's just a voice. Batman's talking to you.
George, is it compared to Venom? Is it bigger?
Yes.
Because I know Venom is like a 1/4, but it's like a bit on the bigger side of the 1/4.
Venom is taller a little bit, but not by much. Not by much taller than him, and he's wider than Venom was, heavier than Venom was.
Yeah.
Although a lot easier to put together. That'll give it.
Because Venom is a pretty big quarter scale statue, so I was wondering.
Well, Mac, is Mac there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, what is bigger, Hulkbuster or that Batman?
A Hulkbuster is definitely bigger, but like the Batman's just awkward because it's like, like I said, he's off to the side and his cape like flows all the way off to the side. I mean, if you look at George's, you can see you can cut off the cape's cut off.
Yeah.
From the so, but yeah, it's just the width. It just takes up. It's wide. It's not really like deep, but it's definitely wide.
Yeah.
What was shipping like? What did that cost?
$200 from Sideshow.
Yep.
Damn, Sideshow.
Not from Prime One.
Not from Prime One, yeah, from Sideshow.
Mm.
Yeah, great. I'm all the way in Florida, so I got the furthest distance.
It's crazy they didn't offer like a deal they did with the Venom, like the $100 flat rate with the Venom that they offered.
Yeah,
Only
right.
They did that?
Yeah. I only
Was
think
that because of all the delays?
that's what I was gonna say. I thought it was because of all the delays.
Oh, okay.
And Mac, you still got Doomsday coming, brother. Where the heck you gonna house all this shit, man?
Man, I told the whole plan is I'm supposed to be, built, moving house. So I'll have,
That's right. Yeah.
I'll have a lot more space here coming soon. So
Right. But for the time being,
shit's going back in box.
back in the box. I'm about to say they're gonna be sleeping in sleeping bags or some
Yeah,
shit.
let me sleep.
Good night. I know looking at Junior's Doomsday, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a small child.
You're gonna have to build that Batman his own Batcave.
Yep.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna keep it, but it's definitely gonna be more of a centerpiece in my collection than I don't think I'm gonna be buying too many more 1/3 scales. This ain't happening too often.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
It definitely
that's deep into the pool. Shit right
it definitely makes you rethink your collection, and then you start.
It's mostly the size, though. It's not really like you think about the cost, like Juggernaut now. It's like, I'd rather buy the 1/3 if I'm going to spend that much money.
Yeah,
But,
definitely.
I agree.
Yeah, but then you start looking at the smaller stuff in your collection. You're like, because it's a little less impressive than the bigger stuff, and you're like, do I really need this anymore?
Mm-hmm.
But then it depends on how much you really care about your space, because if you got a lot of space, then great. But if you don't, then how much do you really value your space? Because otherwise, you'll end up with 1 to 1/3
Right.
Yeah.
over the 1/4.
Just imagine if they tried to do dynamic poses for 1/3 stuff. Thank God they don't do that.
Well, aren't those Ryu, the Street Fighter statues, aren't they 1/3 from Prime One? Or real close to
a
it?
quarter. I thought they were quarter. Are
Well,
they
I think
1/3?
they're like
They're listed as quarter scale, but
They're listed as quarter?
they're definitely a little bigger than regular quarter scale. Kind of like these Hush pieces are a little bit bigger than third scale. I think it's just because of the size of
environment,
the size of the characters and the environmental base and stuff. Yeah, like I think they're just they're going to look a little bit bigger next to other 1/4 pieces.
Yeah. But I know definitely Ryu looks bigger than any PCS statue I've seen.
Yeah, Ryu's coming home.
Yeah.
George,
I don't blame you, dude.
I need that
companion
one.
piece for that Batman, or no? You're going to be a standalone.
What's up?
Are you going to have a companion piece for that Batman, or are you going to keep him as a standalone?
I think it's going to be a standalone, man. I think I'm just going to have him as my center. It's because Hush, for me, was like the definitive Batman comic for me. It's the one that I like the most. Mm-hmm. So I'll probably have him center space, and then I'll have other pieces coming around him. So right. I don't know how much longer it's going to be, but I'm definitely going to be rearranging this whole room. So,
Yeah, that shit ain't no game, believe me.
the only other 1/3 that I'm really interested in is Super Sons.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, that piece looked pretty good for sure at the con.
Before we get into that, let me shout out the chat. We got Taylor Alexander Cassidy, Tack, 8-Bit Flea, Romy Rome, Gabriel Ross, Captain Remus, Ed Dude, Xavier Polet, Jim Mint Collectibles, Edwin Diaz, Batman Statue Collector. Let me see, Kyle Lotz, Ryan H, Evil Nug, Life and Style, the queen herself of Darth Cap.
Her second statue.
Bro, we got to talk about her creative monster Darth Vader. Jesus Christ. Ramon Wright, White, some dude named Matt Collection. Dallas Null, Captain Remus, and Barbara Lopez in here. Sims, bring your ass on here, man. Yeah, wrong with you.
Stream collectibles.
Oh, Mr. X.
Yes, yeah, Mr. X.
He's not coming in because PJ not here.
They're probably off together camping,
Ryan H. They off camping together. Watching the chat.
They went to go watch Us together.
Ah,
Oh,
I didn't even realize that came out today. I'm mad. I kind of want to see it.
Yeah, they just started like showing commercials. I thought there was like 2 more weeks for that.
Yeah, going to see Shazam tomorrow. So we'll see.
Really?
Comes out tomorrow?
yeah.
Well, no, Fandango is doing this kind of early release promo thing.
Oh man,
You may still be able to buy them if you go to Fandango website.
I got a bachelor party to go to tomorrow. I think I'm gonna go to see
Oh,
Shazam.
no.
Shazam!
I'm gonna be telling you, I'll meet you at the club. I'll be there in a minute.
So you telling me Shazam over the club, bro?
Hey,
Priorities, bro. Priorities.
I feel
hey, yeah, get it out the way before the crowd.
So
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on Shazam though. My wife actually said she didn't want to see that one, which actually surprised me. But
See,
she didn't want to see that one because she didn't want to see a funny DC movie. So
my girls are just the opposite. They hate superhero movies. Well, not hate. They don't like them usually, but they saw previews for that and wanted to see it. So, like, really? Okay.
yeah, I think it's I think it was like what Jason was saying. Like people that aren't into superhero movies as much, like are kind of like that's
Right.
the movie they're like, oh, I actually want to see that. My wife actually goes and watches like all the superhero movies with me. So for her, she was like, no, I don't want to see that. And I'm kind of like, I'll see it, but I'll wait and see, how it does in theaters. And if people tell me I need to go see it in theaters, then I'll go see it. But otherwise, I'll probably just wait.
Nah, just get it out the way. Go see it. Rip the Band-Aid off.
oh, wait a minute.
Oh, good. He heard DC talk.
Oh God!
He's like, y'all talking Shazam. I gotta come on here.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Hey, Mr. Bond.
Little seedy today, but
You.
yeah, we got a bit too
Yeah,
smashed
you,
last
gotta, you gotta sing it like Marilyn Monroe.
Oh no.
Oh,
I ain't gonna sing because I'm horrible. So
night. Only if George is going to do a striptease for me.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, I don't know about that, dude.
Right.
Let me get a couple more
the
beers in. I'll
wrong
let you know.
chat.
Like to
Oh,
pull
wait,
out.
where do you see this shit that I got, though?
Happy birthday, brother.
Thor, you still got me in the audio, yeah?
What you say, homie?
You still got me in the audio, yeah? Because I lost video. I don't know why.
You hear you.
Okay.
Check out this shit, Thor. So it's a light up.
Damn.
Oh,
Right?
cool.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Oh yeah, they had those at GameStop around here.
Actually, that's where we got it from Zing, which was basically like a division of GameStop here in Australia. So
Hold that up again.
Damn.
That was dope.
that's nice.
Nice.
yeah, because I got that. I got this is the piece de resistance. Look at this shit.
Okay, Jim, man.
Oh damn, yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
Oh god.
So I got the Bronze Age, the Silver Age, and the Golden Age.
Jesus.
The whole collected works.
Goodness gracious.
Jason here is converting me to DC.
Oh,
I
oh,
I
Oh man!
have to say, I read today Grim Knight, and I enjoyed it. I did.
Barbara, all I'm going to say to you, man, the comics, the DC comics crap all over the Marvel ones at the moment.
I did. I love that.
We're gonna call the priest and have you exercise.
yeah. I don't know if crap all over.
You got
is
a
the
Marvel
right word,
fan
but
here. You got to
some
No,
of them are good.
No, Rodney, I'm being honest. Like, I'm not. This isn't a DC Marvel thing. I'm just saying, like, the writing in the Marvel books at the moment isn't the best. You know, even the Marvel fans will admit that. You know, the movies are shitting it all over DC. I'm gonna be honest here. You know, but in the comics, man, the House of Ideas is officially fucking run out of them.
Yeah, I was reading that today. I'm like, holy shit, what's going on with Batman? He's like bad.
Yeah.
He's like mad.
But Barbara, wait till you get to, if you've seen the Watchmen movie and you really enjoyed that, wait till you read Doomsday Clock. It picks up pretty much as soon as that movie finishes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep on reading. It was because today I was doing an oil change, so I was like, okay, I have nothing to do. I'm here waiting, so I sat there and read the whole thing, and then whenever I get a chance, I'll read a few things here and there. But yeah, I actually enjoyed it. It's actually wanted me to read more, and well, I want to learn more about that character, the Batman Who Laughs. So
Yeah.
party.
Jason, you guys got Scott Snyder, man. He kills it. He's an amazing. I mean, forget it. You know.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's the talent that they've got on the books at the moment, you know, and it's like, well, even with Bendis, you know, like Bendis was doing good work at Marvel, and now he jumped ship to DC, you know, and it seems that Marvel just can't retain their talent at the moment. Like in the comic books, in the movies, completely different thing. Like their movies, TV division is top notch, and you can't fault it at all. But with the books and that, man,
they almost lost James Gunn.
yeah.
I think what you see with comics, especially DC Marvel, if you're going to take them versus each other, they'll go in like spurts. You'll have a bunch of good artists versus a bunch of good writers, and then you have artists, and they flip flop every couple of years. It's a big cycle, and it happens. I could believe it, man. DC, they've had Greg Capullo and Snyder they've been making them money hand over fist. People love those books. They love them.
Mm. And so look, I'm going to be honest here too, man. I wasn't a big fan of the metal. Like the metal started great, like Dark Knight's metal, but then the last 3 books in the series were a bit of a like, what the hell? You know what I mean?
The origin stories were good though.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, the origin stories of the different Batman and stuff like that. Look, I personally like the Doomsday Batman story arc. I hope that we get to see a comic of that as well.
Well, what do you guys think about the whole reboot with the Suicide Squad?
Weak, pisses me off. Hate it. I'm not honestly. I don't understand the hype over James Gunn. I really don't. I'm not excited that he's taking over Suicide Squad.
I'd rather him. You know, I don't know, man. Like bringing in him for that. Plus the whole reboot. Like they could do a sequel. And they could do a different director and all that and make it a different movie, but why recast the whole thing and do a reboot? Like, I mean, was it because the actors didn't want to continue or what?
Actually, I think it was more along the lines of there was a lot of negativity around Will Smith being Deadshot. You know, it was basically he wasn't playing Deadshot; he was playing himself with guns. You know what I mean? You were like, well, hang on, that's not what Deadshot's like. You know, like people that are a big fan of the character and that were a bit like me. You know, I personally think Floyd
that movie made me like Deadshot. That's the thing. Like I didn't. For me, I mean, I wasn't like a huge like Deadshot fan before because he's like a C grade character. So it's like you bring in a movie and you make me love the character, then you know. Then you're going to take away what made me love the character, you know, and do a reboot of the movie. So
but that's what I'm saying. People who are hardcore readers of the Batman comics and stuff like that, they were pretty heavily invested in Deadshot. You know what I mean? And particularly his origin story and stuff like that. Like they sort of just glossed over way too much. You know what I mean? And like that scene where he's walking with his daughter, he looked like a fucking pimp.
What's wrong with that? So what? Is he supposed to be more serious? Dude,
okay. This dude's a ladies' man. Lady, like you know, he basically walks into a room and you know he's got the little thin mustache. You know, he's like dapper as shit. You know, wears the top quality suits and stuff. And I mean, this is something that they didn't really go into in the movie. Like there's I can't remember which animated one it was. Where you actually see he gets brought to Gotham City to take out Commissioner Gordon. And he's sitting on like one side of the city, right? Mm-hmm. Sitting there in his suit, like not in the costume or anything, but just in a suit. And he actually lines up a shot and he fires and it goes like between subway cars, like that's traveling through, and basically hits the window where Gordon is, but he didn't know the window was bulletproof. So you actually see like the hit like from the other side of the city, man. You know what I mean?
Go 13 style. But is he a more serious character though? Because in the movie he was a little. Okay.
Yeah. Assault on Arkham is pretty much like a really good interpretation.
Oh, Assault on Arkham was cool.
That's what I'm saying.
Wasn't the whole Suicide Squad movie? Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't that supposed to be based on some of like Tony Daniel artwork in the last? That kind of time of Batman when they did that series when Tony Daniel was drawn, they had him with that Joker with the slick back hair and all that kind of stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't understand that because I think as a DC fan, you're going to get it. But if you're not a DC fan, you're not going to be on the same page because the movie, to me, correlated just like the book. Almost. It was kind of not seamless, but the characters matched up to how the book was drawn, and a lot of people didn't get that.
So
if you didn't read the book, You know,
Is the Joker the same in the book? Because that was the only part I didn't like about the movie. I didn't like the Joker.
I didn't like the story.
Well, actually, in that run there is where they sort of alluded to the fact that there is actually 3 separate Jokers.
In the book, okay.
Yeah, in the comics, that's where the story arc came out, that there's actually 3 different people that are the Joker. That's why, in different iterations, he's completely different. Like some of them, he's just like a raving psychopath, with a lot of violence. Other ones, he's really conniving.
And let me be clear, because it's probably not fair to Jared Leto. It wasn't his acting; it was his look. I hated the way he looked in the movie.
I love
Well, a lot of people didn't look, but you got to understand. So, and this is something else that they really glossed over, right? And there is some deleted scenes from the movie that really should have been in it with him. And this is what he was going on about. That there was all this footage that should have been in there with him. So you actually see when he gets brought into Arkham Asylum, and this is after the death of Jason Todd. So Batman, after he killed Jason Todd, the second Robin, beat Joker to within an inch of his life. That's why all his teeth and everything. He's got like the cap teeth and all that sort of stuff. When you actually see the scene where he gets brought into Arkham and he is fucked up beyond repair, like Batman's beaten him within an inch of his life.
They filmed this scene?
They did, yeah. And that's where Harley meets him for the first time and actually feels sorry for him. You know what I mean? And and that's what he plays on to basically send her nutso and go over to his side. So, and that was a lot of the stuff that was just sort of like glossed over in the movie, and I think that's what a lot of the DC fans were a bit pissed off about. I
could have made the plot a little bit better. I didn't think there was really an issue with the characters per se, aside from the look of Joker. But I didn't like the ultimate end result, the bad guy at the end. I felt like the story was just
to me that was the only thing I could have been or would have made a better movie for me was definitely the plot line.
Yeah, they didn't need to have look.
But I'm saying, like, if they did a sequel,
is a powerful character in that, but I think none of us are going to get over the shit that was going on through that movie. You look at it and you just go, "What the hell?" If
they did a sequel, they could do a different story. You know what I mean? Like, and make it a better plot. But rebooting and recasting just doesn't make sense to me.
In my opinion, it's
a panic move.
A reboot. That's exactly what you were just saying there, Johnny. Because the thing of Suicide Squad is the roster changes constantly with who they've got in custody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I felt that you had a good setup with the idea of having, the Joker being the main bad guy. Like he's trying to pull Harley Quinn away from the group, but Harley's kind of torn between the two. They could have done something like that and then made Joker the ultimate bad guy. And I think that would have worked out better with the type of villains or the type of heroes, anti-heroes that you had on that roster. Having a super powered villain against a bunch of people with no abilities, it just was kind of like, meh. It didn't work.
And George, you're right. That's where Marvel with their movies have got it right, bro. Because they're okay. They may not do the villains the best way, but they're not using C-list villains. They're using like the A-list villains through their movies. So even if the performance and the writing of it isn't, you still recognize who the character is.
But Jason, do you see a Harley Quinn standalone film and this new Joker one really bringing DC to the limelight in film and them really taking off now? I mean, to me, I think that's a smart move on their part since they haven't really been able to make things right with film. I think those two as a standalone, it's really going to do well for them if they do it right. They have to do it right, though.
You're talking about the Matt Reeves reboot one?
Yeah.
I think it really depends on who they're going to cast. I mean, I've always said that anyone can play Batman. Like Johnny could be Buddy Batman. You know what I mean? But you've got to be able to play Bruce Wayne.
Well, thank you.
Spider-Man's going to be pissed at you for cheating on him.
As far as the Joker movie, the new Joker movie, but because they keep kicking around a Harley Quinn movie as well. So I'm wondering if this standalone is their new route instead of going with all sequels to Suicide Squad and other things. And because to me, it makes sense, because they're not grasping at straws anymore. Because before,
you've got it all under Jeff Johns now. Like Jeff Johns, basically the head honcho, saying what goes, and I mean he did a fantastic job at DC Comics with the continuity and stuff like that. So I think he's going more like trying to bring his universe to life on the big screen now. So I mean, first ones we've seen have been Aquaman. Next is going to be Shazam. So these are the ones where he's actually been actively involved in from the beginning all the way through. And I'm loving what I'm seeing from Shazam so far, because it's basically his run that he made on the comics where he reinvented the character and changed his entire backstory, you know? So
Shazam looks great, I think. I think
I'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, the Harley
making me go see it.
The Harley Quinn movie isn't really the Harley Quinn movie isn't really a Harley Quinn movie though. It's a Birds of Prey movie, and then they're keeping Margot Robbie on as Harley Quinn. So, you know, I like that they're keeping her on, and at least her, you know, because I guess she was a fan favorite.
Well, that's it, Johnny. I mean, there'd be public outcry if they said, "Oh, we're getting rid of her as Harley Quinn." You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to see like Huntress on screen, and like definitely Huntress. I'm excited to see her in that movie, Birds of Prey. So
we got Bruna and Junior statue collector in the chat. Your man Junior, what's happening, brother?
So, and dude said it too, man. You know, the DC is veering away from that, you know, that shared universe. They're going more. That's the beauty of the New 52, like multiverse in DC. You know, that you can have these standalone films because you can just say, well, they're from Earth X or Earth 12, or you know, like, and you've got like the omnibus from Jeff Johns and Grant Morrison that basically go through what the rules are for each of the different realities, you know what I mean? And then they've opened it up even more so with the Dark Knight's Metal and the Dark Multiverse. So there's basically now, 104 realities they've got to play with. So
now, Jason, are they tying in Watchmen to a lot of this you were saying before? Because I think that's a brilliant move on their part because...
Dude, Doomsday Clock, they certainly are. Basically, Doomsday Clock picks up basically minutes after the end of Watchmen.
Nice. I think that...
And always remember at the end of the film when he's saying, I'm tired of this world and all their problems. I think I'm going to go create some life of my own.
Right.
Well, he basically stumbles across the DC universe and starts to fuck with things in their history to try and make their world more like his.
Nice.
But it has massive repercussions where basically it's the DC universe starts to actually become a lot more like the Watchmen universe where, you know, you start seeing the anti-hero sentiment. Like the only one that basically is still pretty much untouched by that is Superman. You know, like, for example, there's a scene where he lands in Russia and he's trying to calm down the crowd that's trying to attack an American superhero. Right. And Vladimir Putin basically says, no, hold on, you know, like, 'cause everyone's starting to rage and that about Superman. And he goes, no, hold on. He goes, this is Superman. He doesn't represent any one government or anything like that. He's a hero of the world. So when this man speaks, we listen. You know, and like reading that, I was just like, wow, man, like that's effing awesome, you know? And yeah, the way that it goes, and no spoilers or anything like that, but the last book that they released, episode 9, you actually see the entire teams of the entire DC universe all heading to Mars to take on Dr. Manhattan.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like Justice League Dark, the Justice League, Doom Patrol, Titan,
right.
Everyone's got their ships and that, and they're all going out there, and you know, the Green Lantern Corps coming in and everything.
So he's like their Thanos, basically, almost.
Yeah, they're gearing. Well, and here's the thing: he's actually confused. Like he's he like, you know how he's got that power where he can all he gets confused between what's reality and what's happening in the future and the past now because he sees everything simultaneously. So he's actually using his powers to try and look into his future, and the last thing he sees is basically Superman in a ripped outfit and that, all bruised and battered, launching at him with the glowing eyes, about to land a punch, and that's the last thing that he sees. So he doesn't know whether Dr. Manhattan doesn't realize whether he destroys the entire DC universe or Superman kills him.
Nice. I see somebody. They have a Juggernaut pick up there. There's a Juggernaut sighting.
Somebody said the most controversial statue this year.
It is now AA meeting time.
Oh boy.
Everything is good.
Pre-ordered this man.
Everything is awesome.
Have you spent your hard-earned dollars that Donald Trump gave you?
Oh,
everything is awesome.
Oh, right.
He came in just in time. He saw that.
The new apparel for this spring.
He had a notification for when the picture pops up.
Adam, the
Hey
best.
Tim, what's up, brother?
Hey guys, what's up? What's up?
What's up?
Well, he's the X-Men master collector, so
No,
you get
not a
Tim.
master.
You see,
Tim was like, "That's my cue."
Vader summoned him here.
Felt that the
Now
dark
we
side
get
pulling me.
down to business.
What's up, everybody? I see an outline of a person. Who's that?
Oh, that's Nick Triples. Nick, you might
Yeah.
have to go out and come back in, bro.
My video's all jacked up.
Nick, what's up, bro?
What's up, brother? X-Men United, baby. Let's rock it, man.
My guy, man. Yo, I'm happy you're on the show, bro. You're always watching the show. You always have great things to say, man.
Thank you.
Mad
Thank you.
support. Awesome to have you on here, bro.
It's a good Friday night, man. It's nice. Kick back and unwind with some great collectors, man. It's you guys make it lively every week. Every week. It's great to see.
Awesome, dude. You're part of it now.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Check it out.
Well,
Glad to
so
be on.
everybody else.
are you getting it?
Hold on. Hey, everybody else on the panel. Who's here?
What up?
George,
What's up,
what's
Tim?
up, George?
What's good, man? How you doing?
Mac, what's going on?
Son.
Jason.
Sexual chocolate.
Barbara, what's up? Yo, everybody rocking the Darth
George
Castle today?
George's sidekick with his Batman statue. You're Robin tonight, George, because that Batman is fucking badass, man.
Man. all right.
Tim, check out the
Yo,
size of this joker.
I'll take Nightwing, bro. No Robin. Yeah, Nightwing.
Now the red Robin is cold. That's my favorite.
Oh
Robin.
yeah, Red Robin would be dope too. I would do a.
Oh, come on, man. If you want a badass Robin, it's got to be Damian Wayne.
Nah, ain't nobody messing with him.
He's too
He
young,
need
man.
to get bigger. He needs to grow up.
Yeah,
Night-
He's a bad
Night-
dude, but I can't mess with him.
I'll even take the Red Hood, bro. But I'm not a regular Robin.
Nightwing's sick. I like it. Nightwing's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The thing's brutal, dude.
yeah, it's dope. I love it. It's a good piece.
So anybody in the chat, please tell. I know our boy Dave Rose pre-ordered this. I think Rome said he pre-ordered it too, and everything. So
There you go.
Well, George, actually, hey, George,
Yo.
if this is the same price as what you've paid for Batman Hush, would you get Batman Hush or would you get this?
This was cheaper than that statue. So
There
yeah,
you
I would get the Batman Hush over that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
wait a minute, Batman Hush is cheaper than the Juggernaut?
Yup.
Dude, that's my main argument about this.
With shipping.
1/3 scale price. For
Yo,
Yeah.
with shipping, and you get an
Yep.
extra head
Yeah.
and another extra head and another hand
And hey, yeah,
and
different,
another hand. Hold
two
on, hold
different
on.
batterings.
And I get more
Wait, there's
hands.
more.
Yo,
Yeah,
I'm saying, bro.
size
Look,
goes
look,
Get a
look.
crack.
steak
And I
knife
get a gun. That Juggernaut's
Yeah, but-
crazy, bro.
But
Right.
isn't it still just Batman at the end of the day?
Oh my
But
word!
we find a way to beat Juggernaut, so you can't be holding that.
Yeah, we can't compare Batman and Juggernaut, man. That's gonna be a losing battle for you.
They're cashing in on this one.
Juggernaut
One
has
Juggernaut.
powers. Juggernaut has actual powers. Batman's just a rich guy with a lot of nice toys.
True.
This is
I hear
extra
you.
Oh,
pill,
word.
though.
Oh my
But that's
god!
what makes him a better hero, man. It's because he still does it and he doesn't have no powers.
Yeah,
This
Batman
is
taxi
a-
collector's like,
Batman-
ouch. Yo, my bad, Chris.
Batman is the shit, though, George. Batman's a good guy. I like him.
That man's
Hey,
the best thing in DC.
I'm an X-Men fan also, man. I
hear
I
that.
buy X-Men pieces, but I wouldn't buy that Juggernaut. That's just me.
Wow.
I hear that. I mean, at the end of the day, Sideshow can't control the market, and they can't control what we're all going to do. We're going to go buy custom fan arts, all that stuff. So they can only do what they want to do, which is make the only licensed Juggernaut in quarter scale, and then they can price it however they want. I mean, is it high priced? Sure. I'm a Juggernaut
getting
fan,
it?
though.
Are you getting it?
I mean, I think I just sold a couple pieces today, so who knows? I don't know that.
All I'll say is you X-Men fans are easily separated from your cash.
Well, it's not just them. It's not
Sure.
because, as I was saying before, if this were a quarter scale Emperor and it was $1,390, I would get it too, because I can't complete my collection without, I can't call myself a sip.
But Thor, you're talking an A-level character, a D-list character in Juggernaut, So
He's not D-list to some people.
Character grades aside, I mean, it's just, especially if it's just one, if this is the only one, how many choices do you have? I mean, we will explore another option in a few minutes, but if like I said, if this were the Emperor, yeah, I'd pay the price.
All
But
joking
Thor-
aside, if you're a fan
Thor-
of Juggernaut, then you should get it. I'm not saying you shouldn't.
It goes
I
to
know you collect fan arts as well, right?
or it
So
goes
if
to
there was
this.
a
It
fan
goes
art,
to-
if there was a fan art similar scale and size and was in a better pose or something that you liked, and it was like 999 USD.
but the- you know what? No, it
Find
goes-
better
it goes-
pose.
It goes to this though. What you guys got to see it from an X-Men standpoint. And I know everybody a lot of people like X-Men, but see it this way: she's in the danger room. She's going against Rogue. She's blocking debris that Rogue just threw at her. It's a pretty badass pose. And then they threw Kitty in for $200. I look at it that way because I could see him at $1,200, but $1,400. They're trying to justify Kitty's price, and God knows how big she is. So
Yeah, but they're only charging you $50 more for Kitty.
well, it depends on her detail. It's a maquette, so
Well,
we'll
what they're
see.
doing is they're charging deep collectors $50 more.
Yeah, but
And they're charging average collectors a marked up price on Juggernaut, bro.
This comes out in August, right?
I can't stand when
This comes out in August, right?
Really?
They said, yeah.
That's one of the bigger. I mean,
That's
along with the
amazing.
price, that's
Yeah,
like
man, it's a
with
lot.
the sideshow
Five
smoking.
flex pays. It's only 5 flex pays because it
Like
comes
that's
out.
insane.
Get the
Charge
hell out of here.
It's
this
$250.
high a price and to give you that short time. That's insane. And I love you, Sideshow, but you fucked up.
And look, Rodney, so people have been making the comparison between Bane and this one, like in the size,
Oh
right?
my
Which is fair enough. And your comment that you made in one of the, I think it was Let You Geek Sideshow or something the other day, Rodney, was valid. You know, that he's in that lunge position.
Yeah,
you know,
he's lunging, so it's
and
gonna
that's-
be
that's
big.
right. But like, really, look at the prices of Bane still available on the Sideshow website compared to this.
Right.
And the level of work and intricacies are the same, in my opinion, in both. So one's 699 USD, and the other one's 1400.
How big is Bane?
I think this is more work than Bane.
Because Bane,
This
this thing is 23 inches deep.
Well, that's the thing, Bane. I
Bro,
have
like
I have
you
Bane.
understand?
Yeah,
You understand how big
that's
that
a
is,
long
though?
lunge. This thing is bigger than Bane.
Yeah,
and more work than
This is
Bane.
going to be a lot. The base is huge. Bane,
But not 14.
Bane fits in a Besta, no problem. This isn't going to fit in a best. This thing's going to be gigantic, man.
Yeah, I mean, think about that too, though. You got a 23-inch deep statue that you're going to want to have aimed when you're looking at it, so it's going to be charging at you. Where are you going to put that? Because you won't go into a Besta, it won't go into a PAX, it won't go into.
Y'all want to hear something crazy? I saw somebody put Bane in a DTOF. If you tilt the front back a little bit,
Wow.
Bane will fit in a DTOF.
Wow.
So this is bigger than Bane.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
damn.
you're talking. He's 27 inches tall. That's easily the tallest statue that I have. That's quarter scale, easily.
So all I got to say, hey, Tim, you
Look at
pay
it.
$700 for 6 inches.
Yeah, but I'm paying $700 for 6 X-Men inches.
George, you put him on.
And for you, it means nothing. But for me, that means everything, bro.
The X moves
Put him
everything.
on top of a
Nothing, bro.
Besta.
Every inch matters.
George, you put him on top of a Besta, he would be all right. If you like have them lined up, say 2 or 3 of them, the smaller Bestas, and
You
you
would
do
have to have two.
Yeah, you do a
No,
whole.
it won't. It
and he
won't
could-
fit the best on the top of a Besta.
No,
What's that?
if you put two Bestas stacked together, yeah, you could, but again, you're gonna have it aimed forward, so you're gonna have two Bestas coming outward, or you're gonna have a Juggernaut aligned to the side where you're looking at him from the side.
They'll
Yeah.
put it
My
back
PAX is
again.
22 deep.
Huh?
My PAX is 22 deep.
22 deep. So he's still gonna stick out of the packs.
Yeah, you
Well,
just turn you turn him
slightly turned. Slightly turned, yeah.
Yeah. Or
Hey,
you know,
I mean, if you're a fan of Juggernaut, I think you should get it because you're a fan of Juggernaut. I would pay a lot of money for a Batman statue or a Wolverine statue. So,
But if you're getting
Um,
if you're
know.
getting like if you're getting the Rogue and the Juggernaut, you could face Juggernaut to the side and have them facing off like it does in the sideshow picture. So
Yeah,
that would
perfect.
fit that would fit nicely in a PAX.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what everyone's
deep,
overlooking too. So these big ass statues, the only one like there's been a really big ass statue that's completely sold out was Thanos on Throne, right? And then let's be honest, that was because of the popularity of the movie and everything that was coming up.
Jason, they did they gave the ES right away. That's the thing. They didn't have the edition size. It was it's always open edition size. They dropped that edition size the second that went on the site.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 3,500 of the regular still sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But this one here, so if they make what, say 750X, maybe 1250 regular, or even 2,000 regular, this shit's going to be sitting there 30% off in 6 months' time with free shipping.
They're gonna do 1,200, 12 to 1,500 max. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
It'll sell because people will get used.
So who on the panel ordered it? I just want to know.
Not me.
I'm on the fence. I have points, and they're calling his name. So
Is anybody going to order it? Is the question.
Yeah.
Not me.
Listen, if my Thanos on Throne sells, I'll buy that shit in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I still think he's doing the Carlton though.
I will tell you, this scares me about that Gladiator Hawk.
The fucking.
oh man.
What about this
kiss
out
that
there?
goodbye.
Hit me.
What'd you say, Nick?
You can kiss that goodbye. That's gonna be every bit of 1,300
Yeah,
easily.
actually, it makes my decision for me. So
You talking about Gladiator Hope?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm getting
That's
that piece.
gonna be
I mean,
expensive, yeah.
if it's 1,300, if it's 1,300, I just have to use a bunch of rewards on it. But I gotta get that piece.
But in all honesty, that's going to be one of Daniel's Bell's finest pieces. I think you watch the details going to be phenomenal.
And I think that the fact that Daniel Bell's sculpting is going to be what's going to push it. It's going to be a deciding factor on that one versus like what's going on with Juggernaut.
we having it.
See that's the one. That's
I just
The other option.
that's my Juggernaut.
That's what I'm saying. We got other options, you people. So don't jump on that fence.
well, that's not a readily available. That's not a readily available option. But it's an
Barbara,
option.
I heard you say yesterday you're getting both of these for the same price.
Just $400 more.
Huh.
Okay.
And they're and Juggernaut is 26 inches tall, and his base is not as thick as the one for Sideshow. And he's crouched. He's a little bit more crouched down. He's not leaning forward. He's more like in a squat position kind of thing.
Barbara, what's that fan art cost to ship though? That's my question. That's going to be at least every bit of $300, $400. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Good read.
It's probably going to come in 2 boxes.
I would think so.
Don't put it past on Juggernaut unless they come at.
That someone put up on Let Your Geek Sideshow where.
But you don't think Sideshow is going to be just as expensive?
No,
I think
$100 max.
Yeah, 150 max.
You think?
Yeah, probably. They're probably
It
right.
cost $70 to ship my Thanos.
Yeah, Venom Prime 1 was $100.
Well, I mean,
because that was 2 separate boxes.
Right, but so I'm just saying though, like you said, I think Juggernaut will be 2 boxes, if anything.
I think Juggernaut's going to be a lot lighter than the other one would be.
They said
the Sideshow would be.
It's 40 pounds.
It'll be lighter than Venom, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Because what's Venom? 55?
Venom was
pounds.
The boxes were 70 pounds together.
Right.
The prime one.
At that
he's
scale,
heavier than that. He's heavier than 55.
At that size box, they're not going on the weight. They're going on the dimensional weight.
No,
correct.
Yeah, but I mean, I weighed the boxes because I had to ship them out. So
yeah, but they're going on dimensional weight, meaning the square footage of the actual box, how much it takes up in the truck.
I hear you, but I weighed the boxes. I had the boxes here. Together, the 2 boxes together were 70 pounds. The actual weight, when I put it on the scale, was 40 for one and 35 for the other. So I would say this. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying after a certain number of inches, they go by the square footage it takes up, not by its actual weight.
Yeah,
they call it dimensional weight, but I don't know why they call it dimensional weight.
No, you're right.
Right.
Because there's a certain number. Because I used to work at UPS. How many packages fit in a small truck and how many packages fit in a big truck? It's 1,350 in a small, 1,860 in a big. So if you put the Thanos on Throne box in there, you just got rid of 6 boxes that could have fit in there. So they charge you for that cost for the square footage it takes up in the truck.
And you know that when A-Tim worked at UPS, all these people that received broken DC statues with footprints on them was from
What's the body that's on this base? Who's that?
It's just a skull.
Anybody know? The hand, like
it doesn't.
It's nothing. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a skull.
It's a work in progress. It's not a definitive. It's not yet the final rendering. They're still working on it. They just
Barbara, is that a discount for Toad and for Juggernaut? Is it all one price, or are you going to have to be charged separate on them?
No, there is if you buy them together.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
You know what I think the base is, and you'll know about this, Tim. You remember when you looked at the X-Men in the future and you see that the Sentinels have risen up and there's that big war and stuff like that, and Juggernaut's one of the last ones left.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're going for that with that base.
Days of Futures Past.
Yeah.
So I think that it's just like them adding some cool detail to the base because you can remove all that stuff. You can remove that hand and the skull, but they're just trying to match it with the
So it's nobody important though, I guess is what
It's-
I was.
I don't see
Just
that's anybody
random arm.
important. Yeah, it's just a head and an arm, which is if you can remove it, why not?
But that fan art, correct me if I'm wrong, they're doing that Juggernaut's going to tie into all the other pieces that they have produced, correct?
I believe that they're producing straight off that Jim Lee artwork.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that Jugs is dope.
Now, would you say this Juggernaut though is more of a museum pose? I mean, he is kind of in action, but he's almost
Dynamic museum, yeah.
yes, exactly.
It's not a stoic museum.
Well said.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
I like
menacing. It's very menacing. That's what I like about it.
Oh yeah, he looks like he's about to fucking fuck some shit up.
So I guess everybody going fan art, huh?
Yeah, I might be wrong. I think there's a discount for both. I have to check.
So what is the question? Which one you would get if they were the same price, or are you just asking in general?
Is what's what is everybody getting? It doesn't.
If I had fan art points, I would get the fan art, but I don't know.
I don't think you gonna see that shit no time soon.
Right.
Can the panel discuss the difference between museum pose and action pose? Hey, what's up, Life and Style? That's our homegirl.
Yeah, Elba.
Right.
Yeah, Elba.
That's
It's
number
really
two.
simple, man. Like museum poses are just like okay, so for example, if you can see here, the Superman here is a classic museum pose. Remember, he's just basically just standing and looking at me with a head turned.
Waiting for you to take a picture.
A dynamic museum pose would be like this Superman here, where he's actually still in like a museum pose, but he's doing something and it's not an action. Like he's not punching or flying or anything like that. And then the action pose would be more along the lines of like
That
pretty much
Juggernaut.
like the Superman Doomsday diorama sort of thing. Where they're actually performing an action or doing something.
No,
Yeah,
show,
that's right there.
yo, Mr. X says no. Show us the difference.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I'm gonna say. Show 'em.
So for me, a museum pose is you're at the end of an action, or a dynamic museum pose is you're towards the end of an action, and then an action pose is you're in the midst of the action.
Yeah.
So like that Colossus is like a dynamic museum. That Superman, the OG premium format, that's a stoic, solid museum pose. That's the end of the action, is that movement. There's nothing past that. He's not gonna like lift his arms after that.
Yeah.
That's the final point of the museum pose. And then that Juggernaut is in the midst of the action. Show us a 10-man.
Visual word. He said, I can't picture it. Visual
All
word.
right, here.
Oh, shit.
Here's
Okay, give us the poses, bro.
So this is a museum pose.
Now, don't show us the pieces. You show us the poses.
I'm not feeling too camera happy. I just woke up from a rough nap. All right, that's a museum pose.
Gambit.
That's a dynamic action pose, and then this is a dynamic museum pose, because that's not the end of the action. That's right before the moment of the end. Once he fully lands or fully takes off, you're not sure. Museum pose, action, museum. Make sense? No?
He just gave us the breakdown.
Museum is basically just posing for a picture or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you guys. I got you guys here. Suicide Squad, all museum pose.
Yep.
Those are pretty much all dynamic pose.
Who wanted to know about that? Elba wanted to know about that stuff.
Elba, so that she could buy her third statue.
Let me tell you something, man. Yesterday,
She's
they
up.
created a serious monster here, Jack. because for about 1 hour she was on a tear. She pre-ordered Castlevania statue, then found some Game of Thrones 1/6 scale that was $1,500.
With the dragon, yeah.
The price tag kept rising. Well, I can't pay that much for these, I say you are only in phase 1 of statue disease, my dear. Very soon you will seek out higher and better things, and only then will you know the true dark side.
Thor, you know how you know you've succeeded in your mission when she's talking about selling. Wait, when she's talking about selling pops to fund.
Oh no! She said that she's gonna sell some pops.
I told her that, because she was like, she was saying how she doesn't know if her pops are worth that much and she doesn't keep the boxes for them. I'm like, look, put them up as a lot on eBay, you'll sell them.
Oh shit!
She pulled out the pop blue book. She did.
Oh shit!
I give her until she gets
Frankenstein.
Yeah,
I give her until she gets that first Harley Quinn piece in hand.
She pre-ordered that Alucard that's on Sideshow, and that's supposed to come in. That's when it's gonna happen. When she opens that first box.
Yeah, when she gets that first piece in hand.
Over. And then she's coming to New York Comic Con with us.
Oh
shit. You are done, sweetie.
You're done when you see
Cancel Christmas.
Real fresh.
It's gonna be like
toast.
It's a whole new world.
He's gonna end up with like 5 statues by the end of this year.
Yes. Inhale it.
Cancel Christmas.
You know what I can see happening at New York Comic Con, Thor? All you boys having to carry Elba's boxes for her for what she does.
Jeez.
With pleasure.
She's just leaving the line, swinging her purse, and we're all just like right. Boxes.
Everybody got a different statue box.
But I need to do that Colin, what's his name? What's your boy from MMA? I need to do that walk like he be doing this shit.
Conor
McGregor. Thor, is she doing a live unboxing of the Castlevania, right? We heard.
Yeah, I told Vader has demanded.
Nice.
When you receive said piece, we need live unboxing. I don't give a damn. You got to put the GoPro on the 2 dogs while you get this shit. I need to see every single moment you see so Vader can replay that shit. And we will be, she's going to do it on the channel. Yeah, so yeah, we can replay that.
Nice.
You see.
Yo, did we say happy birthday to Bond yet?
Oh, Vader saying.
Oh, whoa, happy birthday.
Thank you, guys.
Jason.
Yeah, Jason, happy birthday.
How do they sing happy birthday in Australia?
Oh, boy.
The same as they sing it everywhere else in the world, bro.
That's not true. They go, happy birthday.
Actually, hey, Tim,
Max, sing it in the Barry White voice. You got to sing it to him.
Uh-oh.
You know how Jim Lee's one of your favorite artists?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, look, I've got some of his best work here, man.
Oh, shit.
And wait, it gets better.
Oh, light up.
Yeah.
You're the light of my life.
And look, man, the knowledge bombs.
Nice. So these are birthday gifts?
Yeah.
Oh,
so I've got the Golden Age, the Bronze Age, and the Silver Age omnibuses of DC. So
that's
nice,
Jim Mint style right there, Jack.
Dude, guess where they were? At Costco.
No, wow.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah. Huh. And even like my son was saying when he walked up to the counter to pay from, the cashier's like, "What the hell is this? Where was this?" He goes, "Oh." The guy's like, "Oh, is there any left?" And he goes, "Yeah, I think there's a few left." So I think the cashier was going to go get himself a few as well.
Yeah, tell him you stop looking for them 80 gallons of laundry detergent and go back there and find you some comic book.
Well, there as well.
Yeah, we saw you earlier, Mr. Bond. You and Adrian drinking them Jack Daniels and Cokes.
Oh my God!
I noticed your condition lessened as time went on. The speech got more slurry and all kind of shit. Vader was laughing uncontrollably.
Dude, so when we got off, I did an A-Tim and did a Macca's run. And I got a double quarter pounder meal deal, a Big Mac meal deal, and Adrian got a double fillet of fish. And I swear I nearly ate it all. I woke up this morning so crook.
Now, Jason, did you ever do that Batman deal when you were drunk? I have to know, man.
The what?
That
No,
Batman
it
deal
didn't
with
work
that,
out
yeah, that Batman deal that you were gonna do your trade.
for the 1/3 Batman for the
1/3,
Hulk.
yeah.
No, it never went through. The guy ended up at the end. Oh, can I just sell it to you? And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no,
Man,
Yeah. So no, it was a bit bullshit that.
that sucks.
And then he wanted to trade for a Hulk and all this sort of stuff, and yeah, it was a fair trade and stuff. And then he's like, "Oh, I did the measurements, and the Hulk won't fit in my display," you know. And I'm like, "Oh, look, man,
That's
forget it.
craziness.
Time waster."
You don't ever do that. You buy what you want and then worry about fitting it in later. That's the way I look at it.
That's what I do too.
Preach.
So,
Hey, Jason, I think you're getting to that age now where you could start pressing Sideshow to give you a senior citizen discount.
Oh,
I've already got the senior citizen discount.
Jason ain't that old. How old is Jason?
Oh, he's not. I thought he was the oldest one. My bad. I thought he was the oldest one. I thought he was the oldest one on the panel. That's why I said
Jason,
that.
we're roasting you. We're roasting you tonight since it's your birthday. We're gonna roast you.
Yeah, man.
Actually, I don't think I'm the oldest. I'm only 42. So
Yeah.
yeah, you younger than us, man.
Yeah.
So y'all ready to see some more pictures or what's up?
Bring it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, hang on. Strap in tight.
Buckle up.
Yeah, buckle up.
I need PJ spitting fire. Where is he, man?
Oh man, PJ Mr. X out there in the woods some goddamn way.
PJ messed me up with that video though. He might turn me. I don't want to admit it to PJ, but he may sway me on the whole Ray turning bad thing.
We talk about that later. Man.
That's a whole nother can of worms.
Need to be slapped. Hold on. Tomorrow we will have our man Franco Carlissimo on for a special 1 p.m. Eastern time. Who is the artist of this piece here? Vader's supposed to.
No, he didn't do this one.
He didn't do this.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
he did. You sure?
No, he didn't. Because they said it on Rad Tight, and he got in the chat, and I think it's Romel.
Chopper?
Yeah, I think that's who he said did it. But yeah, he got in the chat and said he didn't do this one. He did Vera, the girl.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did Vera, and if I mean I don't want to speak out of turn, but I'm pretty sure he was part of the concept design, but I don't know that he didn't sculpt this.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the portrait looks very much like a Carlissimo piece.
But he will be on with us tomorrow, 1:00 Eastern time, and we're gonna be hollering at our boy. But to me, anybody that's played that Lords of Shadow, Castlevania, that's exactly what this looks like. It kind of looks like Gabriel. It came out 8 years ago, so if you ain't know, he's Dracula, and that's exactly what this looks like. If you ever played Lords of Shadow, Castlevania, so.
Yeah, this is gonna be cool. And Dave said it's dynamic, so I'm really interested to see the rest.
Oh, that's an Elba piece then. If it's Castlevania,
Elba. This might be your first.
This might be her number 3.
Yeah, we lock this down for you, my dear.
Wait till we see some more pictures.
I tell him keep us abreast of her comments on this one, my brother.
Well, she just asked me if I had a Woody since I learned that the Fantastic Four and X-Men are coming home to Marvel.
Mate, he's had a raging boner.
Yeah, I've been carrying around
These things left, right, and center.
Keep them towels moist and ready.
I've been carrying around an invisible boner, a nerd boner for like 3 weeks, just waiting for this.
That's it. Tim just keeps it tucked in his waistband,
I got it tucked in the belt.
Hey, Tim, we're finally gonna get that Gambit Nightcrawler. I guarantee it. Watch.
Oh man, I hope we get that Nightcrawler.
Yeah, $1,400 each.
This actually looks cool.
Hey, you got to charge for the best.
This is concept art for XM Vision.
This is gonna be a quarter scale.
Yeah, I mean the DC stuff is 1/6 scale.
Yeah, this looks cool. Yeah, I'm done with resellers. But this is cool.
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
That guy's phasing through the wall.
At the beginning, though, Rodney. I hate
What's
to say
that?
that I was right, but I don't take pride in when I'm right when I see it hurts a mate.
It's to be continued. It's still going on. I'm dealing with XM, but they're going right back to the reseller. It's a mess. But yeah. Anyway, this looks cool.
Thor, there was a fan art of Vision. Actually, somebody did. He was freestanding. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows which one that was, and it had actually a light up feature.
Yeah, it had that translucent hand.
Yep.
Yeah,
That puts this one to shame a little bit. I mean, this is nice, but that definitely was a better piece, I think.
Same pose, similar pose.
Yeah, but this is just the art render though. Just wait until you get a full piece.
It's not even a render; it's just concept art.
Master Pizza was saying this is old.
Yeah,
has this been around for a while?
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, this is supposed to be becoming a thing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows?
Because I hadn't seen this one before.
Who did the artwork for them?
This Magic one, yeah. This
Hive Studios.
Was it Hive?
Yeah, they do all that.
So this is the Phoenix Force Magic.
What's that, an anime or something?
No, that's X-Men, dude.
Yeah, X-Men.
Avengers versus X-Men.
Yeah, New Mutants. I think she comes from. So
yeah, so the Phoenix Force gets split by like some gun that Beast and like Stark or whatever create, and it splits into 5 pieces and it goes into 5 different bodies. And Magic happens to get some, and this is like some of the coolest costume design and concept design for those characters specifically for me. I think they're so cool.
Would you be interested in this, my brother?
I have to get all 5 if I get it.
I hear you.
And all 5
they
of
look
them
great together though. With that photo that they brought out of the 5 side by side, looks fantastic.
Yeah,
Colossus is the best. I love the way Colossus looks.
That could be a new shelf in your man cave there, Tim.
You're saying the statue or his costume?
Colossus?
Yeah.
No, I like the statue. The statue's sick. They got him like in mid transformation.
You put that one. Oh yeah, I saw that. That's like a swap out torso.
Yeah, I like it. It's cool.
And they gave that the light up feature, didn't they, George? Right?
They did what?
There's a light up feature on that, isn't there?
On Colossus?
Yeah.
I'm not certain on Colossus. I know Cyclops has it.
Cyclops, I meant. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. Cyclops has a light up.
That's nice. That's really the 5 next to each other, Jason. That sets them off. You can really it makes it dynamic versus just having one.
Yeah, because now the whole thing has like a movement. That whole scene that you create.
Yep.
Emma Frost looks sexy. I like her too.
Yeah.
When does Emma Frost look sexy?
Yeah, I mean, but she looks extra sexy in that one.
Yeah. That old Emma Frost PF is horrible. That one, the Hellfire Club one, is horrible.
Yeah,
I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that Phoenix Force Emma Frost is easily the best looking Emma Frost that's available. Any scale, any company, that's the best one.
Wasn't XM doing one?
Yeah, XM got one coming too.
Yeah, where she's like got her knee on the chair.
Yeah.
And the big thing, if you notice, and being all statue collectors, you guys probably notice it, and a lot of people never call it out. You have Emma Frost or you have Psylocke, and their legs are so skinny, like they're gonna snap off. They do not look right whatsoever, and people love that stuff, and I just don't get it. I don't know. It's just
stylized. It's stylized as opposed to realistic.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, Nick, I'll go you one better. So I went to a local comic book shop without a bunch of statues, and me and A-Team had a good chuckle over this one. And they actually had the Black Queen, so Madeline Pryor, and they had her listed as Jean Grey.
Oh, wow.
And that's a comic book shop, for God's sake, you know?
That's shameful.
Yeah, they should know better.
I just got a Madeline Pryor. Hey.
Like, they didn't look at the box.
These are from the Saber Doctor, my people. He has repurposed Vader's Darth Talon premium format. And this is XM Darth Maul right here, which did not light up before, but it lights up now.
He finished already?
Love it.
He finished already. But the thing is, I sent him Kylo Ren. I just got Kylo Ren PF. And I sent him his Saber. So I told him just hold on to it just to save on shipping. So we can send him all. Quick. Yeah, it was quick. He works fast, man. This guy is let me see. This guy has some talent, man. I'm gonna tell you.
Talent looks cool.
And I can't wait to see that he's gonna do Kylo Ren is going to be that unstable look to it.
But Thor, you're missing the most important question here. Is he doing mates rates for you for all this free advertisement you're giving him for his lightsabers?
He's probably just pushing him forward in the production of it, rushing it out.
Yeah, they go to old.
That crossbar.
So I'm curious how it plugs in.
It's got a like a junction box.
Yeah, like a battery pack.
Yeah,
like a 12-volt battery pack.
So where do you put the battery pack?
It's
anywhere you want. Like that's
hide it behind the statue.
Vader would devise a plan for hiding the wires and shit,
Because that wire is the only thing I'm thinking about, because obviously it's not hidden inside the statue unless it's a mixed media PF. You can't really feed it through.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure it's gonna look super dope.
Thor, you're gonna have all your Star Wars pieces with light up sabers, basically every one. Then.
That's the plan, my brother.
Damn,
that's
man.
The plan. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. And believe me, a video will come with music where I'm gonna turn all the lights and shit off, and everything will be.
Oh goodness, some stripper music.
Exactly. Ain't gonna be no stripper music. Ain't gonna be no stripper music. We talking
Imperial March.
No.
Shirtless.
So this actually Batman statue collector might be interested in. This is a penguin that goes with the Arkham line for the Prime 1.
Wow.
And they never did. So this is a fan art. But somebody's thinking about making this.
But it's not going to be third, is it? Third scale?
I'm not sure. They didn't really say yet.
Well, if they're going to make it to go with the Arkham one,
third.
Yeah, it had to be third. Yeah.
Damn. Huh.
So
Rodney's still waiting for his Two-Face.
What do you mean? I got my Two-Face. my Two-Face from Sideshow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
George, I know you say you like these, man. These the unruly.
I do like those. They're cool looking.
So
I mean, they're a little pricey for being as small as they are, but they still look pretty dope.
Yeah.
The life coach. It's peeped in.
They're sinister.
we knew you couldn't stay away, life coach. Vader was waiting.
Oh, I was just trashing that line, that unruly line.
Word.
So are these plush toys? This is a statue. This isn't like a plush. Okay.
It doesn't say what they're made of. I'm guessing it's PVC. That's a heavy price tag for that.
How much is it?
Yeah, where they run?
It's like 135, 150.
How big is it? How big is
5
it?
inches.
I think they're vinyl, no?
I hear that's a good size.
They're 5 inches.
Hey.
That's not what
I had to. I'm like 6 years old, so
5 or 8? Which one? 5 inches or 8 inches?
I think it's 8.
Okay.
You're 60
Wait,
years old.
which one are we talking about?
I'm talking about the unruly.
You'd be better off getting those Q-Figs, man.
What's
You
up?
know, you know what I think?
Q-Figs are a little bit nicer, I think. The Q-Fig, their line, what they make.
But
I like the Q-Figs also.
Don't
Yeah,
you think the Disney Infinity line looks way better than this?
I like the Disney Infinity line also, but I
I think
also
it
paid
looks-
for. I got a here.
You got some big ass.
Yeah,
All right, there you go. So you guys are X-Men fans, right? Here you go. There's a Wolverine.
Is that a custom?
It's a custom.
Looks
Nice.
dope. I've
This
seen it
is
on your channel.
a Disney Infinity Wolverine, and they also have the rest of the X-Men. This little guy right here costs $75, man.
But
Right?
it's custom though.
You're right. Metal claws,
Oh, that's
very
pretty
simple, very simple paint application on it. It's nothing elaborate. It's cool looking. I think that the unruly statues, they have an appeal to it. It has that whole urban, graffiti effect or graffiti look to it. So I like it.
Do you think they're too stylized for what they are for the price?
I think that they're pricey for their size. Yeah, I agree with that.
And
But
that's my biggest thing. I think it's too stylized. And the price, like it's too stylized and the price. That's what hurt. That's what
You
I
think
don't like
100?
about it. I mean, it's
and it also depends on what the edition
I'd say
size is.
less.
They don't say what if there is going to be an edition size to it, how limited it is, and I don't even know what it's made out of. So,
but like, would you? And
That's
this is
starting to piss me off too, George. With the smaller scale stuff. So the smaller scale stuff, like let's use Kotobukiya and Iron Studios and that as an example. When they first started, like these 1/10 scales, and that, you get them for like $30-$40 tops. You know what I mean? And you're like, at an entry level, that was great. Kids like teenagers that were working at Macca's or whatever could get into them sort of lines. But now they want $110, $115.
When was Iron Studios 1/10 $30?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Kotobukiya.
Oh yeah,
When they
I'm
started.
like, I'm like that. They've always been $100. They're made out of polystone.
they were worse. Remember
Jason
before they were through Sideshow, they were twice as much.
Anything Kotobukiya, I remember when they were all starting at $30 to $60. You can't touch them now for it's 80 and up, and then the secondary market, forget it. They're ridiculously overpriced.
Yeah.
Oh, some of them hit 300 and up.
The latest line that they have now, Kotobukiya, is the the Premier line. That's a 1/10 scale, and it's PVC, and it's already at $140, $150. So
Yeah.
they got like Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America.
Well, Jordan, put it this way, but my local retailer used to have all the Kotobukiya stuff, and now they just refuse to stock the items because they can't sell them.
Mm-hmm.
They go, hang on a minute, $140 for 1/10 plastic? No.
I like the Spider-Man.
Yeah,
that was the only one I like out of those.
Those
Spider-Man.
Those Iron
What's up,
Studios.
Ryan? I just wanted to give you a what's up, man.
So what?
What's up, Ryan? It's first time on the panel, man. I just wanted to say what's up.
Nick,
Yeah, what's going on, Nick? How you doing, buddy?
Man,
No webcam?
Ryan,
yeah, my phone's jacked up, but I have audio at least.
Tough times. I got you.
Yeah, man. You know, us Marvel fans, we fall behind the times, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem.
$1,400 Juggernaut statues.
Yo, Jason, what is with these cheap low blows, dude?
Right.
Yo, it doesn't equate to me, man. You're not a Juggernaut fan, so of course you're saying that, bro. You're telling me if that was a Superman statue and you had to have it, you would buy it?
Wait, I thought that was just a joke at the Juggernaut.
No, he's done it 3 times already.
Yep.
I'm not
He's
gonna
digging
let
hard.
this Australian even you know what? It's your birthday. You get to do it today. That's it. You get to do it today.
He's digging hard.
I'll let you live.
Who made
Wolverine shows mercy.
Dude,
He can just
George?
give you a pass. You just got to pass.
I'll let you
George,
live
that
today.
Batman is sick, nasty, dude. That thing looks dope as fuck.
Huge.
Does this blow away the custom that you had that was a 1/4?
Yeah, I like it a lot better than the custom.
I think so too.
the
And
detail
George,
on it's
George,
cool.
just how much cheaper than the Juggernaut market was that one again?
Can't stop talking
This
about
mofo.
the Juggernaut.
Now that you gave him permission, it's gonna be.
I reserve the right to take back my opinion.
Be like, wait till it hits midnight.
George, that the batarang wire, is that posable? Obviously, right? You can pretty much bend it however you want.
Is it
No,
nylon
it's
or something?
nah, it's like a nylon, but it doesn't really. There's no wire in it, so it doesn't
Oh,
have a
okay.
way of really posing. It
Okay.
kind of just lays there.
That's good though. Nylon lasts forever, dude.
Yeah, no, it's nice, man. I mean, I think I'm gonna end up taking this part off and just have the batarang and the fist. I like the batarang.
So what the batarang he's holding, is that 2 batarangs?
No, the other batarang is more of like
Different styled one?
It's like a grappling
Okay.
thing, which I find kind of funny because like, where's his grappling gun? Like I know in Batman Hush he has the grappling gun, but
Have you seen his muscles? He doesn't need it.
yeah. Either that or
Because he's
Alfred.
Batman, right?
Yeah, he's Batman. Alfred
Yeah,
did
he
it.
climb up
Alfred
walls
did
like
his
Wonder
job.
Woman just by punching his hand into the side of the building.
Barbara, you got this is the one you ordered too, right?
No,
Oh, you fucked up, dude.
I got the no man. I got the Dark Knight. How did I fuck up?
Oh, that's the Andy Kubert one. That one's cool too. I was just playing with you. They both look really sweet.
What y'all
Yeah.
doing?
Ryan, I
Is
love-
this a-
I love
is this
your,
a fan art, bro?
The XM Thor too, man. That was great.
Oh yeah, I like it. It's right next to me.
I love
Yeah,
your
never mind.
daughter comparing the skin tones of her face up against the arms to make sure that it looked right.
I couldn't
No,
hear what the hell she
Barbara,
was saying.
Barbara, that's nice because you can switch out the logos. You know what I mean? On his chest plate there, you can switch it up, which I think is a great option.
Oh
Really?
yeah,
I didn't
Great
know that.
idea.
yeah. They showed it. I think it was San Diego, the day 2. I think they switched it or something.
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Like I think
didn't
George
know that.
had it in his video or some shit.
Yeah, you can have the Dark Knight logo. Obviously, the Dark Knight or
Free
the modern
advertising for you, George.
with the yellow. You know.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I think that's the
Yeah.
well. The one that there was a picture. I think the one that I saw was with the yellow. I didn't know the logos were switched out.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's cool. Hey, so who makes this? Who's doing this one? Not who makes. I mean, who's the artist?
This is this shit. This is the guy who's doing the Star Wars pieces that we've been sharing,
Oh, wow.
Ah,
Oh,
Really?
yeah. Really?
isn't it?
the dude you gotta
No.
tell.
Yeah. Wasn't he supposed to come on
Is
today?
this Rogue?
No, he down the road he will. We
Okay.
still working on it.
All right, cool.
So what as X-Men fans, how y'all feel about this one?
Doesn't
Right.
this remind you of the?
It does.
Yeah.
Franco one. Yeah.
First, I thought it was that one. Then I was like, no, she was down.
Yeah, but that one's a little different. She's pulling off the net. I mean,
Yeah, but it's like the
similar
same
concept, right?
concept though.
Yeah,
Why
I like
is
the
there
Franco one
like-
better?
Why is there like a what do they call it? Like the garden, the hose outside your house right here, right below her right foot. It looks like a hose.
coming out of the eye.
You know what I'm talking about? Like where
Yeah,
you
it's
like
the eye socket is
Yeah.
pushed out. Yeah,
it's just like a
the
random hose.
garden
nozzle.
hose nozzle.
Yeah. It looks like there's too much inside of the Sentinels. Like if you put that together, it wouldn't fit.
I mean, it looks fantastic, but it definitely reminds me of the other one.
It becomes, and the thing is too, is it more base than statue, or are they equaled out?
And
That's what I'm saying. It looks like a lot of base.
Exactly. And I get really like hesitant with stuff like this because I figure like, how's this gonna like? Did they do the proper engineering? Like, is this gonna last the test of time? You know, something this big.
Yeah, see, that doesn't bother me. Like the base being big.
And that's my question, George. This is a good one for you, especially since that Batman, is it the base proportion to Batman, or is it Batman's a little bit, or is it,
I don't think the base overpowers Batman in this one. I've seen other statues that like the XM Studios. It's not XM Studios. I think it's something Legion. They have a Juggernaut coming out, and it's like all base behind him. And I think that's got a lot.
Oh,
That's
Legendary Beast.
Legendary
That's
Beast.
The one
Yeah,
time, the one
Yeah, it's
time,
like it's too busy, right?
it's got a lot going on back there. You know,
The
It almost-
1/7
Can you
scale?
zoom it off,
Yeah.
Tor?
that's like the XM Juggernaut. What is it? 1/5 they
No,
have.
that's the one we're talking about. The
That's
one
what we're talking about.
It's with
Yeah.
Legendary
Can you
Beast. It's a
zoom
partnership.
at all?
Yeah.
Or
No, I can't.
Or even like back in the day, you had the Kotobukiya Spider-Man, their fine art line. It was like a big tall pillar, and then Spider-Man was like very small on the pillar.
Yeah.
You know, and you want to charge $300 for that. You know, so I was like,
That's
Is-
not
Yo, that thing
Hmm?
sells. That thing sells for like 600 right now.
oh, I know, it has the Eric Sosa name tied to it, but I mean,
Yeah,
I still think it's like all base.
It's also like direct McFarlane art.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that's
So,
kind of what
You
it is,
guys
too.
have that Storm. How does that Storm match up like that? Because I've never seen it in person. I've only ever seen it in pictures. Is that
the base to Storm.
yeah?
I hate the base, but
I love it.
yeah.
XM?
Different strokes. Yeah.
No,
That surprised me, AT, because I thought it was really good, like a good example of using her power set. You know what I mean?
I just don't like big bases, man. I want the base to just be. I want the character just themselves.
Because that,
Is that
you
why-
got
But that's a preference thing, man.
Is
well,
that
you
why
got
you didn't?
too. Sorry, not to cut you off, Ryan. How Jason wants to bash on Juggernaut. You're paying for the character, not so much the base. I think, and that's one of those things you have to look at: is are you paying your base to character ratio? And I know it sounds silly, but are you buying bases or are you buying statues? I mean,
I'm buying
that's
scenes.
the issue I had with the Namor on that big octopus. It's like
oh god,
a huge octopus, and then you got Namor like this big on top of him.
Yeah.
I think a good base tells a story without taking too much away from the character. And like for instance, the sideshow Bane is a perfect example. That base is really cool. It sets a scene, tells a story, but it doesn't take so much away from Bane himself. You know.
Yeah, George, exactly right. And same with the Superman Rebirth, like with the Brainiac smashed headship and stuff like that. So yeah,
Very true.
Mac pondering, sexual chocolates pondering.
Yo, Dr. Banner, name more rules at him.
I love that Namor statue.
I don't know.
I don't know anything about Namor. I like the statue.
Namor is
I don't hate it, but I wish the base was a little bit smaller and not so big.
See, I
What?
think that's why I like it.
well, that's like the XM Medusa, that giant dog. I mean, really?
Yeah, I don't want that. Like, what the fuck did I pay for?
Well, if you're a dog lover, it's not that bad, right?
Isn't it?
Or
Hey,
if
isn't
you
it
like biting
technically,
humans.
it's technically a bulldog, right, Thor? So it should
Yeah,
be
that's Lockjaw. He can like
Yeah.
open portals to other
Turtles
places.
and transport.
Dog.
Are you
If
gonna
you
get
watch
that,
that-
Thor? He's like a bulldog.
The depth from this statue that Thor's showing now. I wonder if this is going to be $1,400 USD as well.
Oh,
Mess of it. And he is. This is all night long, like Lionel Richie. This,
Dude,
What is
this
it? Oh.
this Wolverine is way too busy for my.
Oh,
taste.
this is the one with all the blood. It's,
Yeah, I
that's
don't like
gonna be
this.
blood.
Yo, but isn't
Yeah,
this like a lot like the XM Studio? I mean, other than having the ninjas on it and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's in
He's leaning
it's in
for-
Japan, right? Or looks like Japan architecture.
So, Mr. Wolverine, are you getting this one?
Not Mr. Wolverine.
Nah, he's nah.
As we were talking, I was looking around my room. The biggest bases I have are XM Storm and Sideshow Thanos.
Mac, are you
Everything else
inspecting
is
your
a
feet?
small museum base. So yeah, this wouldn't be something that I would collect necessarily.
Well, hold that thought, my brother. What about this?
What the fuck?
I like that.
Who is that?
Oh, is that the dude who's like the leader of the?
That's
Who is the
Wolverine,
one-
man.
That's Wolverine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wolverine
What is
the
that?
Hand.
From where?
If
That
he
like
was an
Japan Wolverine?
If he was an albino and his parents had sex with a fox, what is that?
From where? Wolverine from where?
They said what it was. I forgot. I had it written down.
No,
This isn't the guy.
Hey, Tim, tell him the
He
story.
looks like
no,
something from the
thank
Howling.
you.
Isn't this the guy who like supposedly who was the one controlling Dakin trying to kill Wolverine, right? You know what I'm talking? I don't remember the dude's name, so I'm not helping. Tim, you know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
Never seen this dude.
Oh, that's breaking news.
Oh,
Look what I just got.
That statue is hot fire. I don't care what anything else.
Was it
says.
a return label?
No, man.
Oh, taking to see Metallica. That's what's up.
Oh,
cool.
shit.
Oh,
Oh, is this your present that your son sent you?
nothing else
He
matters.
just gave it to me
Mac,
then.
you said
Oh
the
shit, he
Wolverine
does love
fire?
you.
Mac, you said
One for me and one for him.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cool, man. That's
Somebody-
pretty fun as shit.
Somebody just screen grabbed that and they're going to go to the concert tonight.
Here in Sydney, so
Right.
and it's not until September, I think.
I was gonna say, don't give the date.
So, Mac, you down with this, bro?
Yeah, bro. I
Oh,
love
no,
it.
they got it's a young portrait too.
So
Yeah.
this is Wolverine, Matt.
Reminds me of my hair.
Ha.
Dude,
Matt.
nobody has that hair. That's retarded.
Matt, you know who this is? This is
Rodney.
Wolverine.
Rodney,
Yeah.
Wolverine the end, just like Hulk, they made the
And
end.
there you go. Yeah.
There was a run.
Okay.
Oh, that
Hey,
was
Tim,
cool.
start picking apart that anatomy, brother.
No, I'm not feeling it.
Hmm.
I remember seeing this. I like the they teased initial like shots of the texture of the suit, and I remember being like, "Oh, somebody's gonna do an X-Force Wolverine. This is cool." And then they showed more of the body, and I'm like, "All right, not happening." Not for me. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not feeling the muscles along the rib cage, eh?
I can't really see it. They're kind of zoomed back.
Make it closer.
The lower part of his abdomen looks
You had a
bigger
weird
than the
grin
upper
on
part
your
of his
face there,
abdomen.
Mac.
Yeah,
Get closer.
that was the whole point.
Quick zoom in on his cup, eh, Tim?
All right, good. I feel less creepy now.
Now, Tim, do you think his front leg's a little long?
Are his toenails appropriately sized? I'm just kidding. I don't like that head sculpt. That like
The
Venom
full
thing.
mask.
Yeah.
And aren't his claws all meant to be the same length?
Hey, why is the one in the middle shorter?
The one in the middle is technically supposed to be a little bit longer than the other ones.
Master Pizza said drag queen Wolverine. Oh my goodness.
Red Hood. Yo, I swear, man.
Oh shit! I made it in time to
That'll
talk
trip me
about
out.
Jean Grey. Nice.
So what we
Yeah,
think about
bro.
this coming out of nowhere?
Fucking sick.
Yep.
If they can replicate this
You know what the good
to
thing
like
is, eh, Tim?
90%
Premium
of the
format, not a
prototype,
market.
so what?
It's a premium format, not a marquette, so they won't try and charge you $1,400 for it.
Thanks.
This dude.
Thanks for reading for us there, buddy. Wish we could have done that when you were pronouncing that black Klansman.
Black cake.
The life coach is here, everyone.
Yes.
That portrait's beautiful though.
But do you think what percentage do you think they'll be able to replicate this? That's what makes me nervous.
50%.
Yeah, see, I'm out at 50%.
Damn.
Nah, I'm just messing with
It's
you.
gonna look like Wonder Woman.
It's gonna end up like probably like
Like my Wonder Woman.
Aren't they,
I'm
this
not
shit
taking
is
away
going
from
up
you,
on
Rodney.
Thursday, right?
This is going up next week, yeah.
And I
She-
believe the queen says she will be pre-ordering this as well. That was
What?
Really? What?
That's what she said.
Damn.
That was part of her rant yesterday.
Oh,
in the
she was
chat.
done. Kiss them pops goodbye.
Oh yeah.
Guys, right?
Melt all them shits down for
She
scrap.
better get to Craigslist and just do like what I did. It was like, yo, I got 200 pops. It's like $300 they're
Say
yours.
bye to pops.
She's officially.
How much do you think she's gonna cost?
Hold on. What do you say, Barbara?
She's already got 3 statues, right?
Yeah.
This will
Yeah.
be free, right?
Yeah.
How much do you think she's gonna cost, man?
I'm gonna say 750.
750.
Nah.
So you think
No.
Rogue
Hell
price?
no.
Under 6.
600.
Under
600.
6.
No,
We're
I'm gonna say,
getting to a place, man, where it's just like
It's a premium format, so you know it'll be affordable.
I
It's
said about
understood.
650.
nah, it's gonna
God,
be.
what define affordable there, Spidey?
Between 500 and 600.
She'll be-
Yep. There you go, Johnny.
It can't be though.
I'm
But
with
listen,
Johnny.
how much was Thor? Thor was
699.
$685.
$685.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna have to be more of the same price, I would think.
No, Thor was the only recent premium format that was really above 600.
Punisher
Right.
is
The key word
600.
is recent, though.
Right.
Is
So
it?
the other X-Men have been 570.
Yeah, but I just got Miles Morales
But listen,
She's probably going to be around 570. It's
and
something-
Daredevil.
Yeah, but
Every-
They were both
I think the
they were
Jean
both less
Grey,
than 600.
the
She'll
Jean
be
Grey
no more
bump
than
right now
6.
is going to
She'll
put
be no
this
more
at
than
6.
6 unless they get crazy stupid with the base, which
But
I don't
listen,
think they will.
every one of their X-Men pieces has been more expensive. We're disregarding the
100%.
maquettes. Every one has gone up.
Yep.
So I don't see how you could say that this is going to magically.
So you
know,
think they're going to make Jean Grey more expensive than the ones that
10%.
they've already priced that
I'm
are coming out in the
saying-
same year?
I'm
Yeah.
saying if you look at the trend that they've already followed, yeah, that's
No.
Every
$50
single one,
per
every
car.
single one that's
No.
been released.
Sorry,
has
I've
been
got to
10%
take off.
more
Okay, I've
expensive.
got people coming in for the party now, so I'm gonna have to take off. And
Oh, you're not going to introduce
Happy
us? You're
birthday
not going to
to you,
introduce
man.
us
All
to
right,
Yeah.
Jason, man.
Happy 60th. That worked out perfect. That worked out perfect.
No, I agree with Johnny. This is going to be under 600.
Happy birthday, Jason.
I mean,
Yeah.
hey, it might be 595, but it'll be under 600.
Yep.
So you think like the same price as Psylocke?
How much was Psylocke?
All right, so I'm going on Sideshow's right now.
Psylocke was 560.
Oh yes.
She's gonna be no more than 6 max.
Yep.
Max.
Mystique was 549.
I don't
What
know.
was the most recent one?
I have this feeling this piece is gonna be like $700 for some reason.
Jesus Christ.
Because what's
Here's
up
another
close?
question.
Rogue was 740, right?
Here's another question though.
How's
So
the
we put
maquette,
up
though,
a
wasn't it?
picture with the old ones versus the new ones.
There you go.
Oh, you have them up. There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So of all of these that I saw, the previous Jean Grey was really the only one that I felt looks really good still, in my opinion. You know, so
Psylocke,
I like the Mystique.
The Psylocke still looks pretty good.
Mystique, yes.
Yeah, I like the old Mystique.
I almost bought the Jean Grey, the old one, like 4 or 5 times when I started collecting X-Men pieces. It's a great piece.
yeah, I owned it. I owned it for a short time. So you can get that thing for like $300. So
Yeah, I got it for I was
know.
going to get it for retail. It was dope, and it was exclusive.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
If Sideshow didn't mess up the paint on the new Mystique, I'd say the whole top row.
Uh,
No, I like the old
Yeah.
Mystique.
Mm.
no, old Mystique looks better in my opinion.
Yeah.
yeah, like every Mystique besides that
I
one.
like the old Mystique and the portrait on the old Psylocke. Psylocke.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I don't like the portrait on the old side.
I like the old Psylocke better
I-
than the current one, but I
Have
don't
you-
think the old Sideshow one is
Okay,
great.
but are you going by the pictures or are you going by like the people's pictures? Because if you see like in-hand pictures of Psylocke, she looks weird, like alien.
Oh, I'm going by this picture right here.
Or the old one.
Okay,
You know,
that picture that they have
wait,
right up there is
Tim
not a
has it.
collector's picture. That's
Tim
like
has that statue.
You take
Do
the
you mind
fifth
showing us,
scale.
buddy?
What, Psylocke?
Yeah, do you mind showing us your Psylocke? Sorry, I'm making you get up and shit. Apologize.
You take
No, it's all
the fifth scale Mystique is better looking than most of the pieces there.
yeah,
Yeah.
the comic cat on the skulls.
Yep,
Looks
yep,
Oh,
Oh, I
look-
love that piece. That piece is nice.
it is.
Wait, the one where she's got the sword over her? Can you tilt it up a little bit, Tim?
With the white
Yeah, I
dress.
got to just unplug real
I was
quick.
gonna say you're showing her crotch right now. Okay. That looks fine.
I don't like that one.
But yeah, her legs though, she got those toothpick legs like we were talking about earlier
Toothpick legs.
Little
That's-
anorexic
at the ankles.
ostrich leg. I
That's
don't like that one at all.
Oh, her right leg.
look how skinny her from her cap down. Look how skinny that is.
See the other
She got
side.
bigger. She got bigger legs than Miles Morales.
Hey Tim, I don't know.
No,
If
definitely not. Definitely not.
13-year-old,
I'm
ain't
just
he?
throwing fire. I'm just throwing fire. I don't
Definitely
know.
not. Yeah.
the other Psylocke where she's sitting down with her sword and it's she has it in the sheet. Yeah, man, that piece is fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she don't really look Japanese in that piece. It does look good. She looks Asian, but she looks more like Vietnamese. Maybe I'm being a little. Maybe I'm nitpicking.
Ryan's an expert on Asian culture for women because that's his fetish, you know. So
I'm not an expert. I've met a lot of Vietnamese people. And I've met a lot of Japanese people. I'm just saying.
As he studies.
I've studied my fetish. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
So what's
Gem meant she looks oriental. Remember when he said the oriental thing?
Yeah, it was hilarious. I messaged him. I was like, "Yo, you're not supposed to say that shit."
That shit is classic.
He's
To
like,
this
when
day.
did that become a thing? I was like, for fucking like 20 years.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So wait, so what was the latest female X-Men? Was that Psylocke or Rogue?
Somebody said
Rogue.
Oh, Rogue's
but-
a Maquette though, so that
Oh,
kind of.
X-23, yeah.
X-23 was like what 590 or what did he say?
All right, so I'm gonna show
X-23
show
was
Johnny
Yeah,
some shit.
and X-23 is just every bit as dynamic as
590.
that new Thor. So
Yeah.
She's gonna be 625.
Damn, Johnny, we lost you too, bro.
Huh?
my wife brought me some food, so I'm trying to like eat
Yo,
and also like do the
send
chat at
Gem
the
a
same time.
link if you can, Thor.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Yeah, I think under 600.
Hang on, Mr. Mint.
Mr. Mint.
We have room.
I think you're
Yeah,
wrong, life
Well, I
coach.
gotta remember
When I
they're
saw that
pricing these. Not to cut you off, Tim. They're pricing
No.
these. Once you hit the maquette scene, that's when your price is going to jump because they justify. And I have the Magneto, and I can see. I'm not on their side, but if you look at the base, the detail in it's very highly detailed. It truly is.
My issue with Magneto is that when that thing first came out, it was a premium format, and then they switched it to maquette, and
I agree.
then they come off, and all of a sudden, it's a lot more money. So it's like,
I agree.
My whole issue, my issue is with the word maquette. Like it's literally just something for them to charge more money. It's nothing to it.
and that's another thing too. Exactly.
They've never been able to explain or answer the question when collectors ask them like what is the difference between a maquette and a premium format? There literally is no difference.
Didn't
No,
it cost them more
Well,
to
you
go
can see
back
it.
and work on Magneto?
Right? The last
They've answered
four,
it. It's just whether or not it's a good enough answer,
the
right?
last
Susan
four
said-
Marvel maquettes are Rogue, Juggernaut, Magneto, and Thanos.
And
Right.
Those, to me, all four of those justify an additional cost.
And
My
Susan,
opinion about-
premium format.
My
So
opinion.
why would those? Are you talking about character wise, Tim?
No, I'm talking about their design.
My opinion is
Rogue is being held up by
So-
a fist.
yeah.
So okay, so why is the old Spider-Man premium format or the new Thor like why aren't those maquettes?
So maybe they learned from their mistake and they said, geez, we got to put in extra money for engineering. We should charge a little more.
well, right. and not only
Thor
that,
just came out though, and
I'm saying I feel like Thor is a much more elaborate piece than Rogue.
Yeah,
Susan
but
gave you
Thor's
the
pinned
breakdown.
in from the bottom.
Susan gave you the breakdown.
Still a lot more detail in the sculpt as a whole in Thor than there is in that Rogue statue.
Am I good? Can y'all hear me?
and the new Miles
Yeah, what up?
and the new Miles Morales is held in by just his wrist.
Susan finally explained it though, because like you just said, everybody was bitching. Why maquette? What does it justify it? She was saying, and she said on the Sideshow Live that finally they came out and said it's the base. And if you look, yes, a lot of the maquettes, the bases may not be as elaborate as you think, but you have to see them in hand. They are a little more detailed than you think. I mean, I'm not on their side,
dude,
but
there's no way
The Joker premium format. The Joker premium format has a wild base to it. He's sitting on a pogo stick, and it's wild. It's a definitely looks to be more elaborate than some of these other bases, and that has just a regular premium format.
Look how elaborate and detailed the Miles Morales base is.
Hold on, bro. That's
Spider-Man.
XM?
Johnny, did you eat a lot of spicy food? You seem super aggressive right now.
Jim.
No, I'm just saying,
Some
like,
milk or some
Look
shit.
at Gem in, bless him.
I'm just so mad at Sideshow because of the maquette thing. Like, I've always felt that way.
Why?
I've always felt that way.
to your
How much-
argument,
let's go.
guys, I agree though, because they flim flam, and she came out and said that, but then like you said,
I like that. I like that. Flim flam.
Flim
That's
flam.
Flim flam.
But like that Joker, that Joker the Joker base is highly detailed. I agree. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, I think at the end of the day, they stamp on it what they want to stamp on, and then they charge what they charge. I mean, but they came out and said, "Hey, this is a maquette." You know what I mean? And at the end, when it boils down to it all, they're going to do what they want to do. You know that. We all know that. You know.
Well, and I've heard so many different answers when it comes to that question, because like Sideshow's come out and they said, like, in the past they said a few different things. I think the first one they used to say something about, oh, it's no mixed media or something like that. But then look at the Rogue. The Rogue has the mixed media jacket, and then they said something about the scale. They were like, well, we call it a maquette because it's not a true 1/4 scale. So we aren't going to call it a premium format 1/4 scale statue. We're going to call it a maquette because the scaling is a little different. They've said that before.
That's what I had read, that it was because of that and also because of the mixed media.
And the other thing too is with the new engineering, I was on the phone today and she made a pretty good explanation, is that Magneto, take for example Rogue, their new thing is instead of putting like a bar with a peg and all this kind of crazy stuff, if you look at the bar, and I'm not justifying their cost increase, but if you look at how he keys in, the freaking thing that he keys in with is like, you'd have to run it over with a truck, man. It is sturdy as shit. I mean,
but what I'm saying is it's the same thing with the old Spider-Man PF, the dynamic pose. It's a rod through his wrist, and he gets put in. That piece was $449, I think, retail price.
You think that's the same as Rogue?
Right.
But the
Rogue, her weight is off to the side. That Spider-Man, her weight is over.
That's Spider-Man PF. Look
how
that
Rogue. Well, that Rogue also broke at Comic-Con, so.
And Thor, the weight is on top of him. Yeah, it did break.
Check this out, though. I always looked at maquette was like Galactus and Sentinel. It's not really a quarter scale because quarter scale would be huge. So it's maquette because it's just
big,
oversized.
Right. It's just like a 20 to 30 inch piece, but it's not true quarter scale. But then they kind of messed my head up. Okay, and then Thanos on throne, right? Same kind of concept. You got a big ass throne as well as a piece, so it's a maquette, not a premium format. But then they threw me off when they said that X-23 was a premium format. Because I'm like,
compare the base of Magneto to Wolverine, and I don't really see much of a difference. They both seem.
Yeah, but you have a lot more detail. There's a lot more detail in the Magneto maquette than there is that new Wolverine. It's night and day. It truly is.
So night and day.
I don't think so.
I'd say the engineering. I'd say the
Thor's base with Magneto's base. Those are very elaborate bases.
The only difference that I can see.
Barbara, you're right though. Barbara's right though. I agree with and same with you, George. That I'm surprised they didn't slap a maquette on that Thor. To tell you the truth,
for real.
The mags, I feel the only thing different between that and the Wolverine is that they have those appendages coming off of the whatever that Sentinel piece is.
Exactly, the spikes.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the only thing more complicated about it. But I don't see anything much more different than what they would do.
It's not more complicated that he's floating.
Yeah. See, I didn't ever see the.
I think he's not touching anything. He's.
But so is Rogue, and so is X-23.
Yeah, I can see the X-23 argument more than the Wolverine one.
I don't see the elaborate there by having him pegging in like that.
The new Wolverine, the base is it's a Sentinel hand, and it's blue and some other colors. There's not. I mean, I'm not trying to say it's like crazy colored, but there's not too much. They didn't go wild on it.
I mean, you can say the same thing about Juggernaut then.
I just think that Sideshow screwing with us. I mean, I have an old Wolverine that's a maquette, and we're talking about just a simple base that's an X. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
That's a comic
maquette.
I don't know. It's a comic but I don't know what the difference is.
It's a comic. So the comic are 1/5 scale.
Yeah. Correct. Yep.
But they've been fucking up. They've been fucking up collectors for years, dude. The Sideshow Silver Surfer comiquette is a quarter scale Silver Surfer, and they call it a comiquette.
Yep.
So for years, people were like, "It's not true quarter scale," and then once they started all building up their quarter scale lines, they're like, "Oh, I guess it is quarter scale. It is. It's quarter scale."
But it's really not hard to keep comiquettes 1/5. I mean. This isn't like this is math or something.
Not to cut you off, Ryan, but the thing is, look at the new Daredevil. They say he's premium format. I always thought premium formats were between 22 and 24 inches tall. He's the character himself, and even on the base, I think he's what, like 20 or 21.
Well, I always thought it was scale based, not
It's scale based. Yeah,
That
it's
would
not
be
size
weird.
based.
Right.
It's got to be
Because
dependent
why-
on how tall the character is.
Yeah, what happens if they made like a really good premium formative puck? I
But
wouldn't.
look, what about when you got the prototype in the crib though? That's all I'm trying
Yeah,
to
that's
say.
Wow.
man. What's
Definitely no self advertising here, huh?
So this is a prototype, man. This shit is not even out yet.
Nice.
Yeah, I was about to say that shit shit, but what happened?
Now you know what it is, because XM didn't even give this to me. You know, we fuck with those dudes GFX who are doing the distribution.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Because they're doing the distribution for our site. So they were like, yo, we could let you do a review on the prototype. I was like, yo, send it my way.
They was in New York, right?
Nice.
Huh?
It was in New York, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you're keeping on the down low that you got it though. You're very humble about yeah. It's very
I
cool.
think I gotta ship it back, though. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna ship this back because it's not in an XM box. It's in like a makeshift box, you know?
I hope you filmed yourself unboxing it.
Has it got that cheap styrofoam?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
I had that with that Connecticut's piece that I had, bro. I had styrofoam on the walls for like a week, bro.
Yo, that Connecticut piece was dope. I'm surprised I don't hear more about that shit.
Shit's huge.
I know with the
It's
big
dope.
the dial, right?
Yeah, that what was it? I forgot his name. Terry Bogart.
Bradshaw or something? No,
Terry Bogart.
No, you got it. Terry Bogart.
Yeah.
Their 1/5 line is nice, but can you justify that price?
What the
1/6?
XM?
Oh yeah, yeah,
1/6?
XMs, yeah, once
They're 1/6, so they're cheap compared to XM, but yeah, it's like $500 for the 1/6 scale piece.
Yeah.
But it's 1/6 scale, but the bases are pretty elaborate. So I don't know. It depends. I don't know. Everything's expensive these days.
Yeah.
Now they're changing. Aren't they changing the portal around him? Right? I heard maybe.
Oh, I haven't heard anything.
Oh, okay.
Everything is definitely getting expensive right now. This is
It'd be kind of funny. Jem does a video of this guy and then they change it the next day.
I mean, not for nothing, the blue part is the part that really is dope about it. To be real, like that's the selling point. It reminds me of like one of those.
Yeah, that's
anime.
big. Oh,
What's that?
Yeah, that's a good size.
it's big to be 1/6, man.
Nah, XM does
Glass is
one
definitely
good.
1/6, but the base is just elaborate.
I still can't believe they didn't have any of those behind glass at Comic-Con. I almost took a shit when I saw that, man.
No, but they were like, because I think Alex was saying that, and they were like, "Fuck it, if it breaks, it breaks. We'll just make another one."
That's exactly what they said.
Yeah.
I heard about the same thing when you sent that thing.
I bet they break their XM sanity. They might change their mind about that.
They said they didn't care. They
Yeah,
said-
they said they got that either.
Okay.
Yeah, so not for nothing though. Those guys be keeping it kind of G. You know what I mean? They'll be like, "Yo, fuck it."
I know they're kind of cool as shit, but they're like,
I
"Hey,
heard a
come
lot-
to Singapore, let us know. We'll take you out." It's like shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I heard a lot of the Joker teeth got stolen. The little teeth pieces.
the
Yeah,
Wanda
that's
teeth.
stupid. People are dicks.
Yeah.
What they
What do
do?
with that shit?
Yeah, the little chatterbox.
They come with these little Joker teeth that they put around it, and people was taking that shit.
Oh,
Trifling.
Trifling.
So hey, Johnny. So
Yeah.
the Mystique exclusive was 570. The Emma exclusive was 575. The Psylocke was 585. X23 was 590. So it sounds like Jean Grey has to be 600 or more.
Nah.
No, but not if she's not if she's not more dynamic. If she's not more dynamic than X23, then I don't think she's going to be more expensive. I think
Well,
X23.
I agree. Ryan.
Emma Frost wasn't dynamic. Neither was Mystique, and Emma was more expensive than Mystique.
Well, I'm saying
Neither was
X23 was so
Psylocke.
expensive.
But that's one out of the four
Okay.
ones I
You want to bet, Ryan?
Yeah, let's put a bet on it.
I don't know where
All
we're
right, then
betting.
it's going to be
with
600 or more.
Potatoes.
All right. I'm
Well,
good.
it won't be more. It won't be more than X23.
Hey, I could use some extra statue money. I'm good.
Ryan, if it's more than 600,
Okay.
you got to go topless on chat.
Money. Now I was thinking money because like I could use some more pre-order money. Or something.
Hey, speaking of Mystique,
But you're gonna lose money.
You want to hear some fucked up shit about Mystique?
yeah. Let's hear it.
What's up?
No.
How about I got the replacement exclusive hand today in the mail, and I'm doing a video, and I broke this shit unboxing it.
Oh no!
I broke it. It was on me though. So I'm like, fuck this video,
Do
man.
you still have the old one?
Yeah.
Maybe you can like glue it back onto that one or some
Well, I
shit.
mean, I glued it on, but it's still you could tell that it was a clean break, but
You broke the claw off?
I broke the claw.
Damn, son. My
Fucking dick.
They made their claw that Riddle it.
No, you know what it is, bro?
Mystique for
Man.
a discount with
The
both.
way they
hands.
shipped it, they had it stuck in the styrofoam, and I lifted it, and it
Y'all
said,
give me 550.
So that's their fault, Jim. It's not your
"Nah,
fault.
that shit was my fault for real."
Nah, bro. Call them up.
Fuck
All,
that.
all I heard is you
Did it
said that
look like
broke
it
and
was
you took it out of the
painted better than the first one?
Yes,
Damn.
it was
So
good.
out of 1,200, they probably made what 50 bad ones.
Yo, you can
You know
still.
what's interesting? Like the XM guys have all that data, like percentage wise, how many are fucked up or whatever.
Mhm.
I'd be interested to see like how many Thanos on thrones were fucked up. Like what's the percentage? You know what I mean?
All right.
I love my Thanos. I'm about to sell that shit though.
Yo, I sold my shit.
I saw some of that list. I said, "Damn, he's selling this shit."
You regret selling any of it?
Was that?
I was gonna ask Jem, do you regret selling any of them? Any of them?
No. You know what I say on my live shows? I don't like to say we got ladies present, but
No, but you you don't regret any of them. No,
I don't have no regrets, man.
Really.
It's gone. It's gone.
We told y'all in '94 we don't love these hoes.
Mm.
Yeah,
I got my money back today for Mystique, actually.
Nice.
Wait, why don't you just tell them you broke it?
ago,
We'll
they,
probably give you another one, Jam.
Huh?
I was
that
telling.
was like a month ago. They just sent you your money. Damn, that's fucked up.
They got it last week. And
It's 7 days after they get the piece back or something.
Right.
got it last Friday.
Okay.
5 to 7.
I
business
told
days.
I told Sideshow when I broke my the lightsaber and my Darth Vader, I was like, "Yo, I broke this." I straight up bent down and then stood up and I broke the shit. And they're like, "No worries, we'll send you a new one."
I broke on the Gwen. I broke the sign. The one that says 47th Street. It fell, and I called them and I told them, "Look, it fell out. It just, I moved it. It fell and it broke on the floor." And they sent me a new piece. Not even a week later, I had the new piece.
But
Yeah,
I can't tell them that I broke the replacement piece.
Yeah,
Like, come
why
on,
not?
bro.
I told them I'd pay. I told them I would pay for a new one since I broke the lightsaber.
Jem, they would
And
give
they're like,
you,
"Don't worry about it." I was like,
they'd
"Cool."
give you another one. They would.
Can I just be like, yo, I'm Jim Mint, man. Send me that shit.
You never
I'd be
know.
like, Jim Mint?
They're gonna be like, "Jim, who?" Like that guy in Guardians. Who?
Yeah.
No, they'd be like that guy that canceled all those PCS pieces and got Sideshow stuff.
Red Titan videos and Alex said, "Yeah, I'm Red Titan." And somebody said, "Who?"
Yeah.
I could have sworn I seen him do a video and he said that shit.
George, did you have another Venom Center? Did you cancel it all together?
I canceled it all together. I sent that back.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wait, what
Yeah,
happened?
Jem, let's talk about that
I
Mystique.
sent that back, and then I gave Barbara the piece that was working correctly for her. Because
Yo, Bronx, my boy bought the Thor off me. He just let me break even.
Thank you for that, George.
you're welcome. I'm saying that aloud. I hope Sideshow's watching.
Yeah.
Jem,
Just what I got to say about that.
And I got my $60 too.
There you go.
Damn.
Like
And
straight
if
up,
was watching, please send me another Mystique exclusive hand.
Sideshow's gonna send some straight
Yeah,
up.
no, George was kind enough to swap out the piece the Tenjo I had. Mine was cracked, but it wasn't broken altogether. It was just cracked, so it was still intact. But George was nice enough to swap it with me, and then my shit's good. It's all intact now.
Straight up.
While we asking for Christmas presents from Sideshow, yeah, please make me an Emperor quarter scale statue, please. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and make your
Barbara,
female portraits look better.
Barbara, did that come broken in shipping, or did you break it while I was trying to put it?
It came like that in shipping. When I grabbed it, which my husband totally blamed me for it because I took it out of the box. And I go and take it to him, and I'm like, "Holy shit, it's cracked all the way around." He's like, "You fucking broke it. It's your fault."
Damn.
So you know what saved me was everybody's post on Facebook saying that their shit came cracked. I'm like, "You see, it was not my fault."
That's the problem too. That Venom, it has a lot of fragile pieces. Johnny, you know too. I mean, that's really whoever
Mine has
yeah.
mine has one broken tendril, and the spider, one of the big spiders that goes on the base, it's just missing a leg. Didn't even come with.
You still happy?
Yeah, I'm still happy for sure. I mean, because I picked it up from another collector, and I already knew what the issues were, and we're actually waiting on the replacements to come in. But the Sideshow has to, they have to contact Prime One, and then Prime One has to take forever. So.
Yo, I broke the spider leg too, but I don't know if I really broke it because like I was taking it out of the little, like, you know what it looks like? It comes in like when you go on like the prom and you get the girl the flower and it's in that
Corsage, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a clamshell. It's like a clamshell package.
Yeah, so I'm opening it up, and I remember like feeling like something was shaking around before I even opened it, and I opened it, and it was kind of tough to get out, and I snapped one of the legs. I glued it back, but
That
No,
was
but the
cool
crazy thing is, for the spider I have, there's not even a broken off leg in the box. Like the leg just wasn't. The leg just,
on Facebook then, because remember, like, how is it? It's not even there.
yeah, it just wasn't even there. So
You got to pull a Sean Sanders on him with that one.
What it was you said it, Jem. The case that the plastic they came in, and then they taped the shit out of it. It was just bad packaging.
It was super tight the way they taped it.
Tighter than a salad at the grocery store.
Oh my!
I got a question for everybody on the panel who has Miles Morales. 'Cause I know there's quite a few of you guys. Since I got him in, any of you guys gonna get some Jordans to put with him?
No, I'm gonna get some Reeboks. I'm doing Reeboks.
I think Jordan
Reeboks.
Pumps.
Yeah, I got
but they didn't have my size.
No, I mean the Jordans before the statue.
Oh no, I didn't even see those.
So I got him. I got him and put him in his hand. The keychain version of the sneakers.
Take us to the statue, Johnny.
Yeah, I'll show you real quick. You can pull the picture. You can pull the picture if you want. I sent the pictures to you guys in the chat. It was a while though.
George, did you get those Jordans local that you got?
No, I didn't get them locally. I got them on StockX.
Oh, statue.
There you go.
Because I know you were hunting them down. I wondered if you got it. I remember you said you got them.
Yeah, I got them. I haven't put them on yet, man.
So those
Yo, when you get
statue, huh?
When you get these things from StockX, they come with like a seal or something like that, or like some kind of like badge on it. Let you know that it's like legit sneakers, and that it makes me feel like it's a collector's item now. I don't want to put them things on.
So basically, the shoe is just slightly smaller than his actual foot.
Yeah, I'm looking at the foot. Yeah, it looks smaller.
Yeah.
It's far enough away that you can't.
But yeah, but when it's on your shelf and you're just looking at it and he's holding the shoes in his hand, you can't tell at all.
Right.
You see that thing Louis Villamar did?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So he's actually casting and molding shoes for his.
Yeah, he sculpted a shoe like onto his foot. Yeah.
You want to pay?
No, it's 3D printed, and
you want
he's
to pay
casting
for
and molding it.
Juggernaut? You want to pay for Juggernaut? Sell that right now because that thing's hot, man. I'm surprised how
Miles?
hot. Yeah, man.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
My Miles is not going anywhere.
All Jem's eyes are seeing these giant dollar signs.
I mean, people are taking and putting.
Now, if that was the case, I'd have sold Scorpion. I would have sold. What else is a big one now?
People have Miles up, or some people have Miles up for some crazy money on eBay. But I was looking at recent sales on it. I think it's not selling for more than $500.
That Storm just sold on eBay for $2,200.
There you go.
I would say
The one you got?
Yeah.
Storm is more sought after.
2 weeks ago, that Miles, I didn't see one for under 800.
Oh no, people want more than that, but that's not what they're selling for.
Yeah.
Storm is definitely more sought after, I think, than Miles.
Yo, yeah, because I had like 40 watchers on it, and I had it up there for 2,500 too, man. I had like a lot of people on that.
The thing is that made to order. It's what it is with XM.
What's the ratio of those damaged Storms though? Because you guys, everybody's telling me that they chipped and everything, and this and that. And then I saw Jem, your hair was broken, and
I'm scared to ship it to this guy, man.
You got to videotape it as you put it in the box.
Yep.
It doesn't break getting put into the box. That shit breaks in transit.
Yeah, but it's not your fault what they do to it.
No, but eBay, they can still return it.
Hey, let me ask you guys, does anybody here
insure
statues when you ship them?
What's up?
Does anybody here insure statues when you ship them?
Yes,
I do.
Yes.
Everybody.
The insurance does not pay. The insurance does not pay for a broken piece. The insurance pays if it gets lost.
No broken pieces. I found that out the hard way, but I definitely didn't know that for a while.
What are the chances that it's gonna get lost though? I mean,
I had a statue that got lost. I shipped it to
or
Cal.
stolen. So what I started doing, actually, I used to do the insurance, right? But because they were like, yeah, it only covers if it gets lost or stolen, I was like, instead of doing the insurance, I'll just do the signature confirmation because you're guaranteed that it's not lost or stolen when they have to sign for it.
I almost didn't get my Spider-Man, the premium format, the symbiote. When they dropped it off, I get a notification on my phone saying that it was dropped off, and I call my husband. I'm like, hey, you got the statue? He's like, nope, nothing here yet. And I knocked on every single door on my block looking for that shit until I found it, and my neighbor had it.
Yo,
wow.
but on the real, man, the insurance, your insurance, when you take and put that on there, like say for like a $900 statue, you put $900 on there, it's gonna cost you an extra $5 in shipping it.
But you want to know a
So-
secret? I have a friend that works at the postal office, and she says they don't pay shit. I don't know.
8-bit Fleece said he got miles on eBay for retail.
See,
Really?
Yeah.
So-
that's what I'm saying. It's like what
Exclusive,
people
exclusive or regular?
He didn't say. He just said he got.
when people put the stuff up on eBay isn't always real, man.
That miles is what 1/5, right?
No, that's one.
No, it's quarter.
No, it's one. It's 1/4.
I was
He's
gonna
he's just a kid, so that's why it's.
it looked 1/5
smaller
at
piece.
Comic Con when I saw it. I was like, damn. I mean, it's nice. It's a nice piece.
Little kid.
Nick, where are you from?
PA.
Oh, so you went to New York
What?
Comic Con?
I've been in New York Comic Con the last 3 years, man.
Damn, bro. We should.
Hey, what the fuck? Are you going this year?
We got hooked up this time, bro.
My
So are
man.
we.
man.
Like all of us are going. I think. Like I think everyone on this panel is going.
I'm down, man. You let me know, and I'm shit. I don't know if I can hang with Jam
Shit.
drinking, throwing them back like that and those guys, but
Mm.
Oh man, don't
Jim,
keep
you know Torius, bro.
Okay.
PJ, yeah, I don't know. He's what 2 beer. So I'm gonna.
Oh shit! He just smells the alcohol and he's like, "Oh guys, I'm so fucking." No, I'm just
Yo,
kidding.
PJ was drinking IPAs, bro. He was drinking.
I can't
Oh,
rip
was
off.
he? He's drinking big ones.
Yeah, he was
I'm
drinking
just
big
playing, of
beers.
course. Yeah.
But yeah, no, you're A-Tim, you're going, of course, obviously.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I'm
Nice.
going with my wife.
Nice,
Even if I only go inside for one day, I'll be there the whole weekend.
nice. You throwing that barbecue?
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely try to do something.
And you're what,
Yeah.
Jersey?
I'll help you out, bro. I'll smoke some ribs and shit.
A-Tim, where are you, Jersey?
Shit, the
Yeah,
master.
so I'm
barbecue.
a train ride away, so
Nice,
shouldn't be too bad. But
nice. And we know, obviously, Darth Castle's in the house that day too.
yeah, man.
Holla.
Nice.
The queen,
George,
the queen coming too.
George, you making the trip from Florida this year?
Yeah, more than likely.
Nice.
All right, George, you bringing your wife?
Maybe. So she's coming with me to. She's coming with me to San Diego, so I don't know if I'm gonna bring her to New York.
I got. I was like, all right, let's do it.
We got.
She was like, I want to come, and I was like, all right,
Trapped
cool.
you, huh, Ryan?
Huh?
They trapped you, huh?
Well, she was like, I just want to go there. We'll go to Comic Con. We'll go to the thing like one day, and I'm thinking, yeah, in my head, yeah, probably me too, but that's cool. But and she's like, we'll go eat good food, and I was like, yo, I'm down.
Mhm.
Now you guys, you said you stay what close to the convention center and shit and all that.
I did that Black Friday deal on even though it was in October, it was weird. I think maybe they don't know how to read a calendar, but for the New Yorker, and it was their Black Friday deal in October for some reason. And I'm staying at New Yorker, and it was like $100 off, like a
Holy
third,
shit.
like 33% off.
So you're gonna be opposite the Kingpin suite, is what you're telling us.
Oh, are you staying in New Yorker again, Jim?
Huh?
Are you staying in New Yorker again?
I don't know. It was. I like the location, man.
Well, what I'm thinking is, and you correct me if I'm wrong, Thor, we get a whole block of rooms. They discount that, don't they? If everybody gets a room.
A lot of the rooms were taken up back in
Most of the
October.
hotels,
so-
they do that, yeah. But we doing the Grand Hyatt this year. Cause last year we was across the fucking channel and shit.
Yeah, they did take a boat over.
That's whack as fuck.
Couldn't even do the boat.
Canoe and shit.
Oh,
It was like Pocahontas out there for them.
and that means $50 Uber to get back to your place of residence.
That's why I dropped in the hotel. I'm like, yo, how much is it gonna cost for Ubers every day and all that bullshit? Like, I need to be walking distance.
And bro, you don't want to drive because they was towing. All you see these motherfuckers was towing car at like
New York
20.
City, man. I'm not driving that shit regardless.
I might drive and just stay at the hotel and just eat the fucking daily
It's like
fee.
a day in itself, bro.
Huh?
To keep the car at the hotel.
Yeah.
It's like $50 a day. I called them.
It is.
Yeah,
might eat it. I think I
you
might just
drive
eat it.
in. I drove in the last 3 years. You drive in and you park somewhere for the day. It's $40 for parking. That's all.
It's cheaper than me taking a plane or a train.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, given my vicinity,
Now,
distance.
Barbara and Mac, are you guys going or no?
We're planning on it.
You better go, Barbara. That'd be some
It's so
fucked
far
up shit.
ahead that the problem is that my husband works on. Sometimes he gets these projects that even if he wants to, he can't get away. Well, for San Diego, which George was telling us, if we were gonna go, we wanted to go, but it's really expensive, and then we gotta spend it's a lot of days, and we kind of like, okay, it's in June, and we have a lot of things going on, a lot of projects, so we decided that's not gonna be the good one. We're most likely gonna be able to go to the NYCC. Because October starts to slow down. Hopefully, we'll make it, but that's what we're planning.
So a bunch of you guys were going to go rent a castle
Yeah.
in California. Like, are you guys all still going? Like, I heard that fell
Yeah, the
through.
problem, I mean, we were all down. The guy wouldn't respond to Tim about the damn castle.
No,
I
he
understand,
responded.
like-
He responded one time, and then I said, "How much do I got to give you now to lock down that room?" And then he never responded. And I'm like, "What?
Wow.
Just give me the fucking number so I get the money to you."
Yeah. So what do you guys? Are you guys all still going then?
I can't anymore.
Well, sorry, I figured you did.
Yeah. I forgot.
Bigger issues.
It's like I died.
Got a moving statue coming in. Yeah.
Real life.
For New York is do you guys go all days, or is it 1 day, 2 days? What is it? 3 days?
I only wanted to go Thursday, but people were telling me that everyone goes Saturday, so it sounded like meeting people might be cool Saturday. So I don't know. What are you guys doing?
It's Thursday, Friday, I think, for me.
Yeah, 2 days.
What are you guys doing? Thursday, and Saturday, or
Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, Saturday is a mess.
Is it?
Saturday is the hangout day. Thursday
right.
and Friday, go to the convention.
Because if you guys do Friday, I'll definitely get for Friday and Saturday. Thursday's preview night where everybody fucking posts every picture, and what's the point of even going? But you want to see it up close, obviously, because you guys are on that like flies on honey or bees on honey, man. I'll tell you that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They be in
The thing is, you got to, because that's when it's the least crowded, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So Jim, you got in like an hour. You got in early before last, right?
Yeah, but that was just when I snuck in. Like, I just bullshitted the guy. Like, they were only letting exhibitioners in. I was like, yo, they said they're letting press in, and the guy was like, oh, all right. And I was like, that was
I'm pressed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jem, who broke the Rogue statue that we didn't get to see it?
I wasn't there for that. I saw Rogue the first day, and then I just heard that it broke.
My money's on Susan with those thunder hands, dude. She
Oh,
blocks that shit together. Like she's trying to bang a drum and shit.
Like that
What
shit was
did you see though? They were showing what they stand on them on. It's like pieces of styrofoam.
Yeah.
I felt bad though, because they told us that at the event, and I don't think they wanted us to tell people that the shit broke. And then we said it, and then they kind of looked bad because I think they denied it at first.
They still.
Well, why would you deny it? Like, it broke. Shit happens. What the fuck?
They were scared people were gonna start not.
Because people on the forums, like, I don't know about Facebook's pretty chill, but the forums be lighting up on that shit.
Yeah, it's pretty ambiguous on the forums. They can say whatever they want.
Yeah, exactly.
People are a little bit more savage.
Well, I mean, to me, it's common sense. Yeah, it's a prototype. The prototypes are fragile. Like, who tells you that? They tell you that themselves, that they're more fragile. I think maybe it was XM.
Well, like I said though, too, why are you putting a prototype on a piece of styrofoam when you should have it on a riser that's solid and it's not gonna fall right off?
Yeah.
That's kind of their own negligence on that one, because if you just bump into it, it's gonna fall right off of it.
But it broke at New York. I don't know. San Diego, they have it on lockdown. That's their spot. And New York, I think it's harder for them to maneuver. I don't know. Do they play fans or?
Is anybody going to AwesomeCon in DC besides Thor and Rodney?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna try to get down there.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get down there.
Nice.
When is
It's not that far of a
AwesomeCon?
drive.
When is
Stay at my
AwesomeCon?
place
End of
if you
April,
want.
right?
Unless you want a hotel.
So 26, right? End of
There
April.
will be no hotels. They'll be staying in the Death Star.
Oh, they're staying at your place? All right. That's probably closer. I live
Yeah,
out in
it's-
the boonies.
There will
Yo.
be ribs. There will be burgers. There will be all that shit.
Oh, I want
Brother.
burgers. Are good.
Rod, you doing New York?
What was that?
I said, is Johnny doing New York?
I'm gonna try, man. But so actually, it's not a guarantee right now, but and I haven't told anybody yet, but I could possibly be getting temporarily assigned back up in Quantico
Oh ho ho!
for the
It's on down, Jack.
it would be for the summertime, so I'd be there like like end of May, June, and July.
Yeah, you got to come up, dude. We're not that
Yeah,
far from
so
each other.
If I was well, if I was up there, I'd be up there for living up there for a few months, doing my temporary assignment up there. So, for the military. So it's not guaranteed right now.
Toll boost.
It's just a possibility right now. It's not anything.
Don't listen to Thor. He took the wrong roads.
What's the assignment? Soldier serum?
One road in and one road out.
It's literally the same thing. Because I used to be stationed up there, and it's literally the same thing I was doing when I was up there before. It's just like because of the operation that's up there. It's like the officer candidate school for the Marine Corps. So I'm in the Navy and I work in medical. So
okay.
The Marine Corps doesn't have their own medical; they use Navy medical. So basically, it's providing medical support for the Marine Corps officer candidate school. Like I do physical therapy, so I'd be working in physical therapy up there. But
that's dope.
2 men enter, 1 man leave.
Yeah, but they bring in people from outside over the summer because that's their busiest time.
Right.
So even when I was permanently stationed up there, like we would bring in people from other places to help us out for the summer. So I would just be one of the guys coming in to help out for the summer. Like, it's a possibility. It's nothing set in stone yet. So that's why I didn't really tell anybody yet. But it's a possibility. And obviously, if I do get up there, then I'll be trying to hang out with you guys and meet everybody.
Good thing you're good at keeping secrets.
He just told the world. That's cool.
Jem, question is Jem, are we gonna be styling and profiling with the XM people there? You got us connection there?
Are they coming back? That's the question.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're coming back.
When I talked to
are.
Brian, because I was like, "Yo, Brian, let's meet up next year," and he was like, "Sure." Now he could have just. Actually, he probably could just bullshit.
No, you guys are right.
The fucking guy is named after a pasta. That's bullshit.
I heard they're going to be there.
They're
they
chill.
got more DC stuff, so
yeah, but is it all
they do
They're gonna want to go out afterwards and chill and shit,
Is it all DC again? Since that's what the only thing they can show will be DC this year.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
What?
Hope they show me a 2-face 6 scale.
Yeah, me too.
Damn, Mac, no Barry White voice. My first time on. I'm disappointed.
I'll bring it out here in a second. Hold on.
Nice. Got to rest them chops.
Yeah.
Damn, Ryan, what the hell are you drinking? Jesus.
Oh, I'm drinking a Midas Touch.
Midas
32 ounce, 9%.
Nice.
Keeps me warm at night.
Oh my God, sweet cheese! I'm gonna have a heart attack. Hey Tim, you're smoking in your statue room?
No, dude, he's
vaping.
I'm always smoking.
Surgeon General said there's no problems with that yet.
Man,
I don't care.
My big question is everybody drops
Later
coins.
night,
Does anybody have an air purifier in their rooms?
Yeah.
Not
it's like
yet.
$50. The thing works like a champ.
Yeah, I need to get one of those, especially because I have an open display. So
that's the question. Everybody wants to buy all these fucking statues, but does anybody have an air purifier?
I get mad when my wife leaves the
I got one.
office open.
Yeah, I got one. I use it all the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll tell you,
There
no
it
bullshit.
is. You see it?
Oh, smart
And
man.
that thing's huge. Did they not make a bigger one?
Where's that one, Matt?
That one.
that's what she said.
Yeah, that one's like $100.
Oh, that's not bad.
All
Does it end-
aside, seriously, if you're gonna want to not have to ever dust, I have pizzas out. You don't have. You barely have to dust.
Does that handle your whole room, Matt?
I got it on Amazon, huh?
Yeah.
It handle your whole room, Matt?
Yeah, it cleans out.
That'll handle his whole floor probably.
Yeah, it handles, yeah.
100's not bad if that does the whole room.
Yeah, that's
The
not
one
bad.
I got is $50 and it handles, but I got a small room, so and it's oddly shaped.
And Matt
That's
got
what
all
he
No
said.
food run.
Rodney, you could probably get one for $100 to no more than $200, and it would do like double your space, and you would never have to dust probably.
Yeah, I am definitely going to be looking into that once all my stuff is up.
Who the hell wants to be an freaking art curator and dust these fucking things all the time?
I did
Yeah.
just buy
It's
some.
not a
Hey,
very
I have to dust
manufactured-
mine. I have to dust mine a lot, and it definitely sucks.
The headless Batman.
Yeah, what'd you do? Did he break?
Capeless.
Nah, he's just not
So, hey,
together.
for George and Mac, is the base a little flat, or is it just the camera?
It's. I mean, it's not. It's
Or
not.
is it what it or is it what it should be?
It's what it should be. It does
Okay.
not flat. It doesn't pick up
It's
good on camera.
realistic looking.
You gotta see it. You gotta see.
I'm not trying to knock it either. I was just curious.
You mean the paint?
Yeah, on the base.
I think the paint on the base is flat.
But is it
My
what it
opinion.
should be? Like for
Does it look like what you would see outside?
Yeah. No, my opinion of it is that I think they could have added more detail into the paint on this one. And I don't know if it's just because Batman himself is so much detail that it makes the base look less detailed, in my opinion.
That was going to be my question. Should it be that way?
See, to me though, I mean, it follows in line with pretty much all the other Prime One. All their bases are kind of this like the same color, so like none of them really stand out or are painted like elaborately. So
Right,
they
they look realistic, right?
Good point.
Yeah, so they all match.
Cyborgs, New 52, Superman.
Cyborgs are the same. Yeah, you know,
the Green Lantern a little bit. Yeah,
but that to me takes away from it, though. Like I'm almost thinking, after seeing it for a couple of days, that what I'm probably gonna end up doing is take Batman back off, send this to my boy in Orlando, have him really make this thing look like it should, and then put Batman back on.
Yeah.
Question to Mac and George again: is it that typical Prime One base where it's basically like a pie dish, you know, turned upside down, like all their bases are?
No, I know what he's saying. You're talking like a circle.
Getting complex here, Nick.
Circle.
It's way
Exactly.
too late.
Yeah, it's not. No, this one's completely. It's odd because it's like the shape is like I don't even know how to say it. It's just
like an arch. It's like an arch.
Yeah. It's like a. It's front heavy and like it's just like got like this block in the back, you know.
Right, because you guys know what I'm talking about. All their bases, so many are just round, and then they just add the detail to it.
Right. Yeah, like Cyborgs, Supermans, and Venoms is kind of the same way. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. It's like after like you see that Daniel Bell Thor base, how much colors they threw into that, you know. And I've seen even the Batman premium format base, in my opinion, has more going on in paint on the base than I feel that this one does. But the sculpt looks dope.
What kind of colors would you like to be in the base, though?
I mean, you like for something like this, I would like to see like some, you know, more maybe like lighter grays and some browns. Maybe like have it look like it was in the rain.
Weathering, yes.
Yeah. Look at the Daredevil, like the Daredevil premium format.
Yeah, like that looks really good. Or like maybe make it look wet, like it's in the rain or something like that, or something that gives it really some pop. I don't feel like it takes away from it. I just feel like Batman looks ultra detailed, like really hyper realistic, and then this looks like it came out of the comic book. Like they just took and like, okay, we did Batman really good. Let me just throw some gray on here and let's go.
Right.
So that's all I'm saying. I mean, the sculpt looks dope. I think they did a great job with that.
Is it a keeper?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it.
It looks like a fucking keeper, even if you leave it like that. So to me, when I look at it, I kind of like that I guess I'm kind of on the fence. And obviously I don't own the piece, but like I kind of like that the paint's flat because I feel like it attracts more of the eye to the Batman.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, maybe I'm just
that's the thing too. You just said it. Ryan, you just said it. You think they did that, George, so you're not so much focused on the base versus you want to look at Batman and a little bit of the base, but do you think they did that so your focus stays on Batman?
Yes,
I think. Yeah.
I think absolutely they did that. But like HMO's Morgan, right? Everybody loves that piece. I think that the base on that one looks awesome. I think the statue, the figure looks really awesome too. But the base on that one has a lot of colors. It's a really elaborate looking base, but it doesn't take away from the figure. I don't think adding that kind of paint complexity would have done anything to take away from Batman. I just think it would have just made it look even better.
Do you still have Morgan?
Oh yeah, she's right there. Here.
No, I trust you. I'm sure.
There you go.
No, it's cool.
Everybody asked that question, bro.
I was just curious. I was just curious if she's a keeper. That's all.
Yeah. She's beautiful.
Did you have the issues though, George, that everybody had with fitment and stuff? I heard
on Batman.
No, on Morgan.
No, the only thing I had with Morgan was the front bat. It sits like it's
a real butt crack.
Yeah, I had that too. She had the crack in the butt crack. And then the bat in the front, it feels it's like resting down instead of just actually sliding into the peg like I should. So I have this fear that the bat's gonna fall off, so I just took it off.
I'll give you guys all a secret, and I tested it on the old school Batman premium format. I have yet to test it on newer ones. It's called Quake Hold. It's artist putty. You can get it at Home Depot. It's cheap and it doesn't stain your statues. Nothing. It can hold shit. It can hold a head if a head needs to be held on. I mean, it'll hold a lot of things. And something that small, George, you could put it right on it and you wouldn't even notice it. You only need a little bit.
I use their Velcro strips to anchor my some of my cabinets.
There you go.
I mean, it don't bother me. It don't bother me because I don't have her posed that way. But
Yeah.
I mean, everybody that comes in the room, all the dudes, the first thing they do is they turn around and they go look at that. Like, did you know that the thong is cracked right there? I'm like, yo, man, you intentionally looked around at that ass, didn't you?
Now, what made you pick the player 2 over the player 1?
I like the colorway on it. I mean, I like them both, but I like the colorway on this one. It's vibrant.
That's cool.
So.
Yo, this diorama is pretty neat. Somebody call Cask. He likes those dios, right?
Oh yeah, the Joker versus Batman.
Yeah, he saw it.
I like it.
Oh, did
He's on live right now playing Sekiro.
I want to play that game, man, but I saw the review on it, and would you get like one time to die and that's it? I don't know if I can play a game like that.
What game is that?
I've been playing. I was actually playing it earlier today, man. It's whooping my ass.
You know how many
I can't
controllers
forget
I would
that.
break if that was the case?
That's exactly how I feel, man. It's a controller thrower. Like, remember Ninja Gaiden? Ninja Gaiden was a really hard ass game, bro.
That shit was hard too.
No,
At
this
one
is
point you just give up because you're like, I fucking click. You know what? Fuck this game, and you just walk away.
Rodney, I had to ask you a question on your Bruce Lee behind you, the End of the Dragon. Is the sweat color change on you, or no? Is it pretty much fine how it is? Because I've heard that.
Yeah, that it turns yellow.
Yeah.
So far, no.
No.
Yeah, so far mine still looks fine.
Nice.
Is that like a dust thing or something?
I think sunlight thing.
It is. It's a sunlight, and I want to say it could be a moisture thing too, probably.
Yeah.
Rodney, you already moved. You haven't moved in your new place yet, have you?
No, but most of my stuff is over there.
I got you.
Except
You're
for
doing
the
a slow move?
statues behind me. Huh?
You doing like a slow move?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yo, I think I'm going to Third Eye tomorrow with my kids.
Oh, really?
My wife's got to work in her schoolwork, so she's like, "Listen, you got to take the kids." And I was like, "Oh, that's gonna be amazing." I love my kids, but when I have to go solo, it's my favorite thing.
It's a lot to handle.
But I got them into going to comic book shops, so it's been cool.
Oh, they got a little kid section there too.
Yeah, they have those Marvel action comics that they've been liking. So
They got tons of pops.
Hey Tim, what are you expecting?
What am I expecting statue-wise?
No, when are you expecting your real statue, your moving statue?
Oh, my daughter.
living. Franco Carlissimo.
She's scheduled. Yeah, it's a Franco Carlissimo skull. So my favorite skull here.
Really? Wait, what does that really mean?
Does Franco know that?
He was very gentle. Don't worry, guys.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Oh man.
It's funny. Me and him chatted the other day, and I'm like, "Yo, is there anything you don't want me to ask or do want me to ask?" And and then he said some wild shit to me, and I'm like, "All right, great. Those are on my list. Good." And he's like, "Yeah, you know." But Franco, I can't wait to chat with Franco on Friday. But my daughter is supposed to be born June 1st.
We gotta get more sculptors on here after that, like Alejandro Pereira.
That would be dope.
Caleb, freaking Daniel Bell would be cool too.
Alejandro just did a brown Wolverine. That's fucking crazy.
George, have you ever had on the show? And I don't know if anybody's had him on any of their shows. Thiago Proven. He seems like a ghost.
No, I haven't had him on the show yet.
No.
Which ones has he done? Notable.
I've emailed Thiago. I could ask him.
They should, man.
What pieces has he done?
He did that Wolverine Sabretooth life-size bust where he's tearing his face that I showed you.
The one we were talking. Yeah, the one we're still in the group for. Yeah.
Batman.
And then he did some Bowen stuff back in the day. Which Batman did he do?
Dark Knight.
What about getting the Kurachek?
Yeah, okay.
Or Kurachek brothers on there?
Kukacek brothers, something like that.
Fuck, I suck.
Kuchara?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that's how it was pronounced until like Bowen pronounced it, and I was just like, that's how it said.
That's what I did too. And then right now I was like, fuck.
That was a killer show, by the way, man. That was on that shit.
That was my favorite one you guys have done.
You know,
That shit was fun.
I think they were watching the show because they actually I spoke with them briefly on one of the pictures after the Bowen thing. So I think they were in tune watching.
Who's they? The government?
Dick Brothers.
Yeah.
George, that was a great show. Really
Thanks,
good show.
man.
Yeah.
It was fun.
You guys, and Randy himself, oh my God, he's one joke after another, man.
I'm saying, man, that was hilarious. I didn't even think I was. In all honesty, when we got him on the show, I was nervous as shit, you know. And I
Like,
spent
Seth gonna fuck this up.
oh, like the first.
He was dogging Seth.
Oh
That's
my
what-
God,
man.
Yeah, man, but,
they got along
that wasn't
great
really
as
though.
well,
Like what happened with like the leading up to that show, I was more concerned with us talking over each other and giving people a chance to ask the questions, and then also addressing the chat and make sure everybody had an opportunity to talk to him. So like I was nervous, and then Seth comes up to me, and Seth is nervous too. So Seth is like, dude, I don't even want to ask him about the pop figure question. I was like, no, fuck that. Ask him about the pop figures. You know, because he maybe collects. You might find a funny story out of it.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right. So I had everybody write down their questions. Barbara too. You know, we had a little private group where everybody put their questions in, and then I had to try to organize it. So then I get him on the show, and we have the pre-show, right? It takes like 30 minutes before we start the show. So he gets on the show, and right away, man, he's throwing down curse words. Can we drink? And I'm like, oh, this dude's cool as fuck.
Yeah, he
So
was.
like,
Yeah, he was.
He was super cool. In those 30 minutes before we went live, so I'm here, I grab my bottle, and I just take a sip. He's like, oh, what are you drinking? I said, I'm drinking water. He's like, you're such a lightweight. And I was like, oh, wait, hold up a minute. Let me go get my bourbon.
Yeah, George, what happened to the King of Pops, man? Seth couldn't even talk. I thought he was starstruck, man.
he's hilarious, man. I love Seth. No, he had a good time too. Yeah, he had a set of questions. Again, Seth felt out of place there. It's because, and I told him, I was like, I don't know why you feel out of place, but like he had a lot of questions for Daniel Bell. But we was like, I remember leading up, he's like, oh, this is the godfather of the statues, and I don't know how to ask a question about sculpting. I collect pop figures, and he has this whole thing about that. But I told him, I was like, man, just ask him about what you know, man. You never know, man. People might relate to it. A lot of people collect pop figures,
and it was
it
great.
worked out well.
Yeah, he had a good story.
You did it well, like you said. Nobody was talking over him because that guy. A lot of people. I don't know how far back everybody goes collecting wise. Tyranny had a good post today. How long have people been statue collecting? And it goes back. Him and Sideshow started it all. Those are the two people that you wouldn't have these statues if it wasn't for them. They truly, and actually Randy really started it all. He was the one to start it.
He was some of the first pieces I had when I was collecting 1/6.
Because Randy, if you remember, I know A-Tim will remember, and Ryan, you probably remember too. In the mid to late '90s, that's all you saw in comic shops. It was just Bowen. There was nothing else. There was nothing else.
I knew Bowen designs before I collected statues because of that. Because it was in the local comic book shop, just like you said.
Yeah, it's interesting to see, and that was, I think too, it was nice, George. Out of all the chats, with the exception of the castle, of course. It was nice to really see you pay, homage to somebody like Randy, because he did. He's truly like icon in the statue community for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have any
Perfectly
upcoming
said.
guests that you can share, George?
We're still working on Joe Mena. We've had actually Joe Mena asked me to be on the show a couple times, and every time we're about to get to the show, something happens. So I'm hoping that we can finally get him on. Other than that, I've spoken to Alejandro Pereira a little bit.
Oh, dude,
I would love to see him. Yeah.
Oh, I would love. He's my favorite. I would love to see him. That'd be awesome.
That's a possibility.
He did Medusa, man. That's
And Venom and Cable Superman Sideshow. Oh my god.
Hey Tim, you got to knock on Joe's door. He's a Jersey guy.
But you guys are getting one this tomorrow, man. That I've been wanting to get for a while. Also,
oh yeah, Franco, man. We all big fans of Franco, man.
Yeah, it's funny. I look at these interviews like collecting statues. It's like I already had Daniel Bell, I had Caleb, so I need Eric Sosa, and I got my very top three, and then I need Franco.
Be able to get Sosa on there, right?
I might be able to, but I don't know. We'll see.
I like his sculpts. It's funny. From collecting fan arts, I didn't realize that like he did a couple of the head sculpts on my Sinister, and you go back and you're like, holy shit, I have a lot more Sosa pieces than I realized.
He did your Thor too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He did my
Franco-
Thor, my XM Thor that I got recently, right next to me. Yeah.
Franco
Yeah, he's done well.
Franco deserves to be with a company and get paid very well. He's really
I
come
agree.
a long way, a long way.
But someone said something, and I don't remember who it was, and feel free to
Not
chime in
true.
if you guys remember that. Someone was saying,
It's not true.
that shit down.
I know exactly what you were going to say. That he doesn't
What am
want
I
to work
gonna
for a
say?
company.
huh?
That he doesn't want to work for a company.
No, I don't. I don't even know
Oh.
how to say that. Something like that, man.
Yeah, all right.
No, I was
Because people have been saying that. and
doing
I'm
your
like, yo,
assumptions, son. No, I was kidding.
who's
No, I was going to say
perpetuating
that.
Why wouldn't he want to work for a company?
No. Somebody
Yeah.
else said this. That would that hurt his creativity because of the licensors?
I've heard that
His,
too.
his
I
artistic
don't know if it
freedom.
was a Tim that said that, or maybe somebody else on the show. I don't remember, but it was an interesting point because it's like, well, that's a very, very, very valid point.
Do you
To
feel
address
that Daniel Bell's creativity got hurt when he went to Sideshow?
That's
Who
a great
knows?
point too.
We
No,
don't-
I
we
don't. But
we don't get to see what's on the cutting room floor.
To address that, Ryan, I've talked to Franco a few times. Hell of a nice guy.
Oh, yeah,
He made a really good point of it. And you think about it this way: he would work with a company and license pieces, but he wants to do things of his own line and create his own lines. And there's nothing that can stop him from doing that. And look at the work he does. I mean, there's no who's going to stop that? Unless he would sign some clause that he can't make his own work while he's working with a company. But I don't think they're going to restrict him from that.
So Sims asks, have we seen a body sculpt as good as Weapon X though? So I'm guessing he's talking about the XM Weapon X. So that's Daniel
really
Bell,
great-
right?
Yeah, that's a
Nah,
really
he
great
may be
body
also
sculpt.
talking about Alejandro Pereira too. That's a really badass Weapon X also.
Oh shit, yeah, the custom, right?
Mm.
The LL one, yeah.
Oh, the one that Jim has.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one's
Oh,
sick.
man, I don't know.
That's why I like that guy. I mean, I think Franco.
Samurai
I
Wolverine.
think Franco, Caleb, and Daniel Bell and Alejandro are like the bees
But
knees.
the Samurai Wolverine, that's like mostly armor though. You know what I mean? You don't really.
There's a torso.
There's a
Oh, it's
torso.
a torso. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, there's
indeed.
a swap out torso.
What happened to Caleb's Batman with the giant ass cape? I know that came out, but the shorter caped one did that come out?
Mm-hmm. I've been talking to Caleb about that one.
Oh, that thing's beautiful, man.
Thor, did you see Franco's Emperor that he did recently?
His what?
His Emperor Palpatine?
Oh, hold on.
Oh no!
Say that to me again.
Did you see Franco's?
I don't think the mic
Is
works
that
that way.
fan art, though?
No, I'm just.
All right, this joke is running thin.
Did you say that Franco's making a Caleb? Making an Emperor?
I was just kidding around, but
Oh.
it ran a lot longer than I thought it was.
Okay.
No, did he really make an emperor?
No, he did not.
Yeah.
Nah,
He was messing with you. That's a cruel joke.
Well, I wanted to end it, but he kept like
If he made an emperor and didn't hit your boy up immediately, I was gonna dog him very bad.
Sacrilege.
Everybody's
Get him out
thoughts
of the
on
group.
Wolverine. Hey Tim, you especially. What's everybody's thoughts on the Wolverine fan art that has Sabretooth and Omega on the base and
Wait, Omega. I haven't seen this one.
I haven't seen
I haven't
it.
seen.
I like that one. I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
It's got all of them on the base.
I wouldn't display it with all the severed heads and everything, but I like the yeah.
I haven't
Yeah, I
seen
need
it, but
to see
it
this.
sounds like it wouldn't. It sounds like the base is probably a little big.
Nah, it shows
No?
Wolverine on top of like Alkali Lake, not the lake, but like it has the sign in the back and everything. So it's kind of meant to be like he's going back to his origins.
Weapon X and Kenneth, yeah.
Yeah. So, but he's in the yellow suit, not the Weapon X suit. But then there's options for it where he has trophies like the severed heads of Omega Red, Sabretooth, and some samurai swords in there and everything. I think the pose is awesome, and I like the base itself, but I don't need all those severed heads on it.
Yeah, I agree, George. The heads you could take off, and it would still be an amazing piece. I think.
Yeah,
I need to see that one.
Oh.
I am very interested to see what Daniel Bell comes out with next. And it seems like they're not fucking up the head sculpts in the Daniel Bell pieces.
Nightcrawler.
They know better on those. They're being like on point with Daniel Bell stuff.
But is he only in Avengers now? Are they going to throw him into some? I mean, he should be doing a lot more, in my opinion. Obviously, I have no concept in time of how.
Well, I mean, he did Daredevil.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Daniel
an Avenger,
Bell.
kind of.
Daniel Bell, Ryan, believe it or not, and this I don't have it for fact. He's doing their next Silver Surfer.
He's got to.
He is. No, he. I'm telling you, I don't hold me to it. But remember, I
It's
said
not
that.
if it's not Chrome, I might get that. Figure out a place to.
They wouldn't. No, they wouldn't chrome a new one. Why would they do that?
All right. So what happens if the Silver Surfer statue comes out as a maquette?
Oh Jesus!
Oh, fuck, that's a good point.
George
The
throwing
character holds a little clout, man. I think that's
You're saying the character over the price? Is that what you're saying?
what I'm saying. I think
Yeah.
we're all saying, oh, this Juggernaut, but it's like, bro, it's the motherfucking Juggernaut, dude.
Thank
the only one.
Hey, I'm just saying. I mean, what I'm talking about really is that they're saying the maquette is for their elaborate, pieces. I don't think Silver Surfer is something that would be very difficult as far as production. Right? Would you agree with
Honestly,
that?
I feel like they have a
Turn on the
dartboard. I feel like they have a dartboard, and one says PF, the other one says Comic Cat, the other one says Maquette, and they just close their eyes and throw it. And it's just like, oh,
That's probably accurate.
Maquette. Why? We don't know.
You know what it is? No, you know what it is? Sideshow, everybody thinks that they're, and I hope they are listening. Everybody thinks they're kind of like dumb. And you know what? They're not as dumb as you think. They sit back like a sleeping dog. They let all this fan art come out. They watch all this shit. And then they make their piece that they want to make, and people buy it, man, because they have the following. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like my biggest thing with Sideshow is I feel like they could be so much more. They could just kill everyone if they wanted to.
Ryan, what do they really need to when they distribute for basically everybody?
Yeah, they could be so much more than the largest company.
No, I mean,
right.
No, I mean like they could have better QC. They could not like go to. I mean, and I'm spitballing this next comment is not send their stuff to different factories, like ship factories, like how her Mystique worked out.
Gentlemen, somebody just came back from the woods.
Spit.
Oh, boy.
Oh, goodness.
Loop it up, loop it in. Let me begin.
Did you wipe up the
You came
Vaseline?
to win.
Oh,
He's
sorry.
That don't mean that's a sin. I thought you were gonna keep it on.
PJ, how was the woods? Were you spitting in the mouse?
No,
Are you
well,
sitting down now?
I was definitely spitting in holes, but I'm not gonna mention.
God.
I was spitting in orifices orifices.
Oh, man.
Oh man, what's up, guys? How's it going?
What's up, PJ?
Hi.
George, we're
PJ.
apologizing right now for PJ.
Yo, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. I'm gonna get that statue,
Oh,
Are you really?
and then
Get
I'm gonna
it.
sell it to
It's nice.
I love that.
Then I'm gonna sell it to Tim. He lives close by, so I don't have to pay for
I
it.
love that.
and it's funny you say that Silver Surfer being a maquette because I'm not guaranteeing, but I have a gut feeling they're gonna bring out that Hulk maquette and watch them do that Silver Surfer maquette, but he has all the armor on, and watch it be a versus piece.
Yeah, Savage.
Gladiator, Hulk, and Maquette.
Savage Silver Surfer.
Yeah, exactly.
Think the Gladiator Hulk is-
Hey, Edwin Diaz said, like Ice Cube, no Vaseline, bro.
No Vaseline, just spit. Let me say hi to everyone. Rodney, Thor, George, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, PJ? How you been, bro?
What's going on, man? Yo, beautiful statue next to you, man.
Thank you, man.
That's nice. Holy shit, it came out nice. When's the review coming?
This weekend.
Oh, nice, man. Can't wait to see that. What's up, Mac? Nick 666.
What up?
What's up, PJ?
What's going on? Ryan.
Hey, what's going on, dude?
Who else we got? Who's Spider-Man?
Johnny, man, it's me.
I
It's me.
was kidding. No. Johnny, what's up, man?
What's up, man?
Tim,
Hey,
how's
what's
it
up,
going,
PJ?
man?
Oh, I have a question for Mac. Not to cut you off, PJ. This is a good one because
No.
Mac, love your videos of your unboxings and your assemblies. Do you have one of the Batman on hand? Assembling that beast.
The Hush?
Yeah, the one that you just got. Are you gonna make a video of the assembly and the whole, or did you
Yeah.
already?
Yeah, I'm working on it right now. I got
Damn.
about half of it shot. So.
Damn.
Hey, Mac, do you need someone to spit on your No,
Yeah,
I mean like on
PJ.
your beat, not on your statue.
Yeah, I need you to spin on a beat,
All
PJ.
right, cool.
I'll send you the clip.
All right, cool. I'll come up with some rhymes.
Yeah, put your,
Mac,
yeah.
Barry White spit. Come on, you said you promised.
What'd you say? Say it again.
The Barry White spit. Come on, give me some Barry White.
I can't do it on.
Can't do it all. You can't do
I
it.
can't do it on cue like that.
Can't do it on
Everybody's
command.
everybody's watching me, man.
Oh.
Hold on. I'll do it here in a minute.
Put the coin in and turn the crank.
You gotta, you know.
But back to the number one fan, the X-Men fan. Tim, you're getting that Juggernaut. Come on, man. Don't lie. True.
I have a quarter scale Juggernaut already. So
Man.
this is my take, right? A bunch of people are jumping on the X-Men bandwagon because of this Marvel takeover.
Right.
Because of you. And because of you. And because of you.
Are you saying that in a
It is
negative
true.
light? Are you saying in a negative
Hey.
light, or are you just saying facts
No,
type thing?
that I think that's just what is happening.
That's
that
cool.
There's a lot of people who are going to start collecting X-Men for sure. I've never seen this many people interested in a fucking Juggernaut statue, ever.
Yeah, it's
Since
got a
I
big
started
hype
collecting.
train. Big hype train. Yeah.
Because it's the new push, and eventually people who aren't as big of fans of Juggernaut as me will sell that Juggernaut, and I'll probably pick it up.
Smart.
Gotcha.
So that's my guess.
You know,
PJ
actually,
in the dark
PJ!
side tactic.
PJ buying all PJ's pieces.
yeah, actually, I wonder how many people actually pre-ordered it, because I've seen on like the Facebook groups, and like I've seen the surveys that everyone's been posting if they were going to pick it up or not, and 90% of them said no.
They're lying.
95%.
I'm not lying. I'm not getting it.
Not everybody's lying, but I think
Hey,
some of them are.
hey, Mac. The Queen is requesting Barry White now.
Hold on, baby. I'll get it for you.
Oh my God!
I gotta turn my camera on for this.
He talking to you, Queen.
Now you know what?
The hell's
I'm
her
gonna
husband
stop.
gonna think?
I'm selling a bunch of stuff that's not X-Men stuff right now, and if my Thanos sells, I'll definitely buy that Juggernaut.
You know what that Juggernaut's going to be though too. That Juggernaut's going to be. Everybody's going to wait for the ES on that now, since they didn't have.
Yeah,
That was my plan.
that
rather-
was my plan too.
And I hope Sideshow teaches everybody a lesson, and they just put it as sold out before they announce the edition size.
Tim, you'd rather get that Juggernaut than the custom one? Just curious.
I think the only way that Juggernaut's gonna be, I guess, higher priced later on is if they do that. Is
You're
if they
talking
take
about
it,
the Sideshow one?
the Sideshow one. If they take and they make that MTO like XM Studios does with their pieces, then you'll see an increase in price on that statue. If they do like what Prime One Studios and everybody else, well, I'm comparing Prime One Studios, but I noticed a lot of their 1/3 statues don't resell very well. So I'm thinking
I've heard
that's
that a
what
lot.
I'm thinking. The Juggernaut's going to go down that way. It's just going to
feels-
be a big piece you can get cheaper.
I've been
This
talking to
feels like
Dave from
deja
MCE
vu.
about that same thing. Dave from MCE, or I'm sorry, Dave from IAS. What am I talking about? Sorry, drinks are starting to affect me. But I was talking to him. He was like, "I'm going to get some 1/3," and I was like, "Yo, just be sure," because I've heard from other collectors for the same reason that you're talking about, George, that 1/3 are a bitch to sell sometimes. I think Chris, Batman statue collector, said the same thing.
So y'all don't think this is deja vu, like Thanos on a throne all over again?
Well, you know what it is.
Not
though,
that level.
honestly. George, you said it best there. And they say, I find it hard to believe. The Sideshow says some of their pieces, their big ticket items like that, are made to order. But I find it hard to believe. I really do.
Like that Captain America premium format is still sitting there.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Spider-Man premium format's still there.
Yeah.
PJ, I'm saying about the big ticket stuff though, like that Thanos and this and that. They were saying a lot of that stuff is made to order though. That the big dollar stuff. Because imagine, like you just said, they make so many of those. Why would they want the extra stock sitting there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I noticed that, like, I finally sold the Prime One Studios Dark Side the other day.
Yeah.
And bro, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I lost $500 on that idea. You know,
I was gonna say shipping's
because
dope. How much is shipping?
right?
Huh?
How much is shipping? That thing weighs. I have mine.
Shipping from
down.
here to Colorado was $98.
You sell it to Mr. X like I did my Darth Maul.
I don't know who I sold it to, but I mean,
Okay.
it's a big loss on that. So that's what I feel like. That's what's going to end up happening with Juggernaut. It's going to be one of those pieces that unless it has an extremely low edition size, or they take and they make it only available to the people who ordered it right now, it's going to be one of those pieces that you might be able to find for a couple $100 less than what they're charging for at the moment.
I agree.
I'm back.
I got a question. I got a question though. Do you guys think that it has anything to do the whole 1/3 resale market for Prime 1? Do you guys think it has anything to do with the fact that they're just all because it's DC pieces?
I have a feeling that has a big to do with that. The reason why that it's selling so
because I think if there were 1/3 Marvel pieces, the resale wouldn't be as bad. And it's not. And I'm not trying to say anything bad about DC because I love DC, you know. But I just think that
he's gonna break the statue.
Johnny, Johnny, you know what it is?
I think it's the size, Johnny.
You have the 1/3.
Oh my goodness, my hammer just fell down.
You have the 1/3 market flooded with PCS pieces, and people see what those go for, and that affects the 1/3 market completely.
Yeah, but again, PCS is like it's like Street Fighter and stuff. Like it's not like
size.
But the size, yeah, and the value. That's the thing. Yes, it's character based and genre based and all that stuff. But again, they're looking at price wise. What can I get my money? You know, what can I pay for this and that versus, you know, you got to look at it that way too.
Yeah, but people still pay high dollar for like, you know, half scale Marvel, like the legendary scale stuff that Sideshow put out for Marvel.
Yeah, those have like an invisible edition size though.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if there's 100 legendary Wolverines or there's 1,000. I have no clue.
Hey Tim, you know what? I'm shocked that they say that because my box from my Yoda, I got the Yoda. It's numbered. It has a number on the box.
So that's a new one, right?
That's a newer one. Yeah.
You got the legendary Yoda?
Hell yeah, one of the best pieces ever, man. No shit.
They started doing that because Spider-Man's 250, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
real low.
So the original, right? Wolverine was the first one, no edition size.
Right.
Doom, no edition size. Iron Man, no edition size. And then there was another one too. Darth Maul, no edition size. Vader, no edition size. And I think they started to learn, like, hey, we need to be able to track this in the market, I guess.
Right.
Which is a good move.
But the box definitely has, like, how they write the numbers in the box. You can tell it's got to be part of an edition size. It has to be.
Oh, you're talking about the shipping crate.
Yes, correct. The brown shipper.
Oh, maybe I should look at mine. I didn't even think about that, bro.
Yeah,
that's a great point.
A specific number on it, and it's written like perfectly on the corner, not sloppy or like they numbered them just like you said, just for their reference frame of reference.
Yeah, for their internal statistics or whatever.
And yes, Thor, if you're a Yoda fan, I don't know how big you are. I see you have more Siths and Jedis and this and that. But if you're a Yoda fan,
that's my dude as far as Jedi goes. I always loved Yoda.
That Yoda piece, I've seen statues through the years. And let me tell you, I have the Artifacts Yoda, which is a tiny, the Kodo one. And I thought that was amazing detail. But the size of this thing, man, with the detail, it's phenomenal.
Iron Studios?
No, the
Sideshow one, the legendary scale.
Yeah, the new Sideshow one. They hit a home run, and it's flawless. And that statue is literally flawless. Which I was shocked because they usually don't come like that.
I mean, if they added like some voiceovers where you press a button and Yoda gives you like a tip of the day, then I would pay now.
Just do the voice yourself, PJ.
Yoda, what should I do?
Yoda can tell you what to buy, PJ.
The funny thing about it is how many people on the panel? This is a good question. That's my only movie piece. I don't have a single other movie piece.
Really?
Yeah, I don't consider Star Wars movie pieces though.
It's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie.
No, but it's like I only mean because it's its own genre. I know what you're saying, but it's its own genre.
But that's all it is. That's the only version.
It was a movie first. It was a movie first.
Before anything, it was a movie.
In Ryan's defense, if you want to get technical, he is a Muppet. So.
Oh, I thought he just called me a Muppet. I was like, what the fuck?
No,
I'm like looking at the really look like a Muppet? I've had a lot of strings.
No, Yoda's a Muppet, man.
It's a fucking long arm controlling that 6
So
foot
your
four
question,
body.
how many movie pieces do people have?
It's like a really long arm just controlling this
my
man.
question is how many movie pieces versus, or actually no, how much likely are you to buy a movie piece versus a comic piece?
Very.
I'm just as likely. just as likely for me.
More for me. I like movies before comics. So
For me, the only movie pieces that I would collect is the Star Wars one, and if I were to get a movie piece, it would probably be a Hot Toy, and that's the reason why I collect Hot Toys because of that.
I do not want comic movie versions of comic book characters. That's just me.
Yeah.
At all.
I'm same way as Thor. I wouldn't buy the only movie pieces that I wouldn't get is actually, the comic book ones, like having the actor's actual face. Like I wouldn't buy a Hugh Jackman Wolverine, but I would buy a comic book Wolverine. So
yeah.
But then again, I do buy Star Wars. I would buy Terminator. I would buy Conan. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I would do that.
Right.
I have 3 movie pieces. I have Iron Studios Vader and Hot Toys Age of Ultron Cap because that was the most one of my favorites. And then I made an exception for War Machine because I felt like all the comic versions I didn't like them. So I got the Iron Studios War Machine from Civil War, and I like that one a lot.
So actually, I'm sorry, Tim.
No, spit in my mouth, PJ.
As long as you spit it right back.
Oh my
nasty.
God.
No, that might not be nasty, but the Iron Man 46. I thought that was a really cool statue. I think Jeff Morris had it, and he posted in the groups, and I was like, when it was all lit up, I was like, wow, that looks good.
That was what I was gonna say. Is I think stuff like Iron Man.
Yeah.
And War Machine, to me, that doesn't count unless it's got the portrait. Because I have the Legendary Iron Man, which is a movie piece, but I mean, it just looks like a real Iron Man. Still looks like a comic book version of him, I guess. I don't know.
The question you got to ask yourself, especially with Iron Man, when is enough enough? They make so many suits.
Well, Iron Man, Wolverine, Magneto, Batman. Superman.
Iron Man takes the cake, man. He does with all those suits. Are you kidding?
Yeah,
man. It's
but if you're a big Iron Man fan, they can never make enough.
But you know what? The funny thing is, Rodney, I'm a huge Iron Man fan, and they have yet to make a classic Iron Man that I like.
So you still want them to keep making them till they hit that one that you want.
I want the classic. I want the comic book version, like the one with the flag, like the old Sideshow.
You don't like the XM one?
No, okay. I liked it, but the colors to me are just it doesn't represent the classic comic character.
I love that. Yeah, so I know which one you're talking about. The old Sideshow PF.
The Comicette. Yeah.
Or it was a Comicette. Yeah.
Yep.
I like that one too.
Yeah. That to me is a perfect representation of Iron Man in like when I grew up reading comics and in his heyday.
His Iron Man suit.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Now, don't get me wrong. That one that Mac has, oh my God. I give him my left testicle for that thing. It's
the
beautiful.
Hulkbuster, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Man, but not the right? That's weird.
The left one's got the juice in it, baby.
The one that Mac had?
Baby maker is just the left.
Yeah, I would give my you
thank
give
God
your
Bart
testicle?
The one that Mac has is a phenomenal piece, but it's just not my cup of tea, man. I want to see the original,
So Nick, to answer your question from me, I just get whatever version of the character that is my favorite version of the character. So I have some movie pieces, I have some comic pieces. A lot of these characters I fell in love with because of movies or TV shows. I didn't read the comics as much growing up. So movies and TV shows, cartoons, movies, Netflix shows, things like that have gotten me into these characters even more as an adult. So I just collect, whatever I think the best version of the character is. And certain characters, like such as like the Suicide Squad, it's like until that movie came out, that movie really made me love those characters, some of those characters, so that's why I got those versions of those characters.
Right.
So like, so, and if they ever, they don't make it, but if they ever made like a John Barenthal Punisher statue, I would buy that for sure. But, but for now I'm just getting that Sideshow one. So
what about
I think Rodney and I are going to try to go to his panel at AwesomeCon. John Bernthal's going to be there.
Definitely going there.
Johnny, what about a swap out fan art head?
For what?
John Bernthal, if that would that suffice? Would that
Oh
satisfy?
yeah, I mean, I'm sure I would buy it if it looked good.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah,
thing
but
for Daredevil. Like if
you would
they
need to swap out
if
chest
they did
plate too.
if they did a
The
swap out
bulletproof vest.
if they did like a swap out portrait for Daredevil where he had like the like kind of like they did for the XM one where he has like the scarf over his eyes
Yeah.
or the ripped shirt over his eyes
Yeah,
or whatever. Yeah, like I would get that to make it look more like the Netflix Daredevil.
Now the other thing is too is do you go that route or here's a bigger question for you guys, A-Tim especially. Do you get Wolverine? You get Logan in his original costume. Do you get the yellow and then say you like another version of Wolverine? Do you buy every version? Which your answer is probably yes, but do you chase everyone and then once you have everyone, you're done?
I'm never gonna be done collecting Wolverine pieces.
See? That's how it is.
He asked you the question and answered it himself.
Yeah.
Like, I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah. So I mean, like, look, dude, look, I'm gonna be super fucking patient, and everything that has come out or is gonna come out that's Wolverine that I want, I'm gonna get. Like, it will happen. If it's 10 years from now, that Daniel Bell Weapon X will be in here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm willing to wait 10 years. I don't have anything to prove to collectors, and I think that's like a big problem with the community. Is like, I got to get the next piece, got to get this piece. I'm sitting back right now. I'm good.
But here's an even bigger question for you and Rodney. Do you guys have buyer's remorse when 90% of your collection is one character?
Oh shit! Yeah, that's what I said, Rodney.
Nope. Hell no.
Oh, no, not at all. If I had it my way, half my room would be Wolverine.
Jesus Christ!
Shit.
Yeah, I the way I buy them, it's kind of emotional. If I see it and as soon as I see it, I'm like, wow. Then I know I'm gonna buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So
like
I don't
when he
have
has the Band-Aid on his nose.
which one? The XM one?
Punisher.
The XM Punisher or the sideshow?
You're talking about the Gentle Giant one.
Sure. I don't know. I just noticed a lot of them have the thing on.
Yeah, and then I won't get them. Like I don't like every Punisher statue just because it's Punisher.
Well, I know that I've heard you talk about your opinions.
So yeah, if I see it and cool. I got a really good reaction when I first see it, then I'm probably gonna buy it.
Yeah.
How many Punishers you have? 3. You have 3 statues and 1 hot toy. Is that correct?
Right now, I have 4 statues. I have 2 more coming, and I have 2 hot toys.
Yeah,
2 hot toys. A Punisher?
Yeah. So, well, not 2 hot toys. 2 6 scale. One's a sideshow. One's the Netflix, which is a hot toy. The sideshow one is kind of crazy.
I didn't mean to cut you off, PJ.
No, I was gonna say I'm with Ronnie. There are some statues where you just look at it and you're like, I need to have that in my collection, or you fall in love with it. Red Sonja will always forever be the one that as soon as I saw it, I was like, God damn.
Big hand.
I gotta change my pants now. This looks good.
Get a towel.
Shit.
Which one?
The Red the more recent Red Sonja.
The newest one, not the she-devil with a sword.
Oh, that was good too. But but when I saw Red Sonja, the newest one, I'll remember it. It was like the first day at New York Comic Con. It was like just like yesterday. I was walking around. I saw Susan, and then I just gravitated towards Red Sonja.
You just
Okay, that was a weird story, but yeah, that was Red Sonja.
No, you know what? If you're gonna take any of them, the she-devil with a sword, I love that piece, man.
Yeah.
You talk about
the number 2 one.
Yeah, that's number
one,
2. Yeah, the second one.
I like that. That's my favorite.
Yeah, the
You
one
talk
with the
about
snake.
breastises, man. Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is,
It's that "Bring 'Em Out" song. That's always playing in my head when I see that.
Yeah.
Bring them out. Bring them out.
So with that Red Sonja, I don't know anything about the character. All I know is that as soon as I saw it, I was like, day 1 pre-order.
Yeah, where is Archangel? Master
Yeah,
Pizza?
he's quiet.
I want
Yeah.
to fucking know too.
Yeah, I want to know too, man. He's been quiet, or he's not in the chat. I know.
He is
Yeah,
not.
he's missing in action.
Where's
Usually
Maybe
they
he's
come out-
watching us.
Where's folks? No folks, the master barber.
He's enjoying that Blade statue here.
Yeah, folks is
People
like
go to sleep early.
Folks is like a secret collector, man. He doesn't say anything about what he's getting in. All of a sudden,
Exactly.
he's like going live in 5, and then next thing you know, it's like
That Blade was nice.
Yeah, that Blade was dope.
A lot of switch outs. I
Is that
love
a
this.
Bushido?
I don't
And
I don't
didn't
remember.
Which Blade?
I'm not sure who made it.
It is a fan art comic.
It was a fan art.
I thought it was
Yeah.
Bushy, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know who it is. Had
Well,
3
who-
different portraits. And it was cool.
Well, I'm pretty sure you guys talked about it, but who's getting the Jean Grey here besides Atim getting it from me?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone
I'm gonna
getting it?
pass.
I haven't made my mind up yet.
I
It's a
gotta
nice
see the whole
piece.
thing.
If I was collecting X-Men, I would get it, but I'm not collecting X-Men, but it's a nice piece for sure.
I
Yeah.
got that fan art coming in, so I think I'm just gonna stick with it and see how it works.
Okay. George, are you getting it, or
I gotta see the whole thing first. I don't know.
I know what you're talking about. You gotta see the assets. I mean, yeah.
But my thing, like I
All
was
about the
trying to,
base.
No, that's what I was like. All right, I was like, yo, this looks good, but I gotta see the rest of it.
to me, like from the picture, I think it looks good. I think it's a nice portrait. I still really like the last premium format one.
That's
The-
nice.
And I didn't even realize how much I liked it until they put that side by side comparison. I was like, damn, it still looks good.
Yeah.
I like the exclusive on that a lot.
Well, I think the new one's got a really nice portrait. It's got a really nice costume design, but the old premium format looks like Jean Grey, where this just looks like a girl dressed as Jean Grey. Like
yeah,
it doesn't
looks
look
like a redhead who's in. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, the other one looks like Jean Grey, cartoon, comic book. Like it has her likeness for some reason.
Yeah.
So
They did a great job on that one.
What do you guys think the whole panel, as far as Sideshow, because they lined them up there, their X-Men line? Do you think it's too female character heavy?
Yep.
I'm saying, where's the dudes? 3 dudes.
Yeah,
They
man.
they might start fixing it, or not fixing it, but like adding more onto it.
I will promise you, Cyclops is coming.
I need them to make a Gambit.
Sure.
You know what? And you got to remember, now that they own that Disney got Fox, they're gonna. Colossus is on that list. It's over.
So
Dude,
here's
there's a lot of
a-
Colossus.
If they do a Gambit, I'll have another X-Men.
They need to do a Gambit.
Yeah.
here's a little like,
Cable's coming. Cable's
thing
coming
I
too.
noticed. Yeah, Cable's definitely coming.
Yeah, maybe 2021.
So I've been Amazon searching and Google searching anything X-Men, T-shirts, signs, book bags, anything for years, and nothing comes up. Rarely. You see a couple
All
of
right.
Xavier shirts, you see a couple Wolverine shirts. You'd have to go to Redbubble or like sites like that to get like any dope X-Men shit.
There were
Amazon's-
a couple fan sites that where they make their own
Yeah,
T-shirts.
Redbubble, shit like that, where you're paying an artist for their original design, right? But if Marvel finds out, they shut it down because they're not paying the license fee for it. Anyway, that's a little bit of a long story.
JC Penney had a
Jason.
shit ton at one point.
Penny?
Yeah, I
That
swear to
is-
God, JC Penney. I bought like
Target.
6 X-Men T-shirts from
Hey,
JC
Tim,
Penney,
that-
Oh my god.
Target's
a
got some
year
good
ago?
X-Men shirts.
and then
Yeah.
a lot of them were were Jim Lee ones. They're great.
that
Oh, Hot
80s.com
Topic.
has them.
Which one?
That 80stees.com, they have a bunch of them.
So
yeah, that's where I got my Transformer
I'm-
T-shirts from.
I'm saying if you go to Amazon right now and you just type in X-Men shirt, mad shirts come up that say buy Marvel. And I mean, that happened the day that they said shit was coming out.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh shit, it's about to go down for me.
I wonder how legit those. I wonder how legit those T-shirts
It's
are. Though.
about to go.
Yeah,
Oh.
spit it.
You know, Hot Topic has a bunch too. I bought a few from Hot Topic too that were actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
The Juggernaut,
I mean-
Iceman, and Cloud.
Superhero stuff used to have a good selection.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah,
have
yeah,
decent
yeah.
stuff sometimes too.
So I like the kind of shirts that are like sneaky. You know, it's not like Wolverine jumping on the chest. I like it where it would say like I have a Muramasa shirt.
Mhm.
So
What
it's a Wolverine shirt, but only somebody who knows about Wolverine would know that it's a Wolverine shirt.
What about the PJ I spit in your mouth tee? What happened?
Oh,
Oh man, I'm trying
I
to.
want the wet
I-
T-shirt.
yo, the next Paradox Nerd shirt has to say "spit in my mouth" across the shoulders for New York Comic Con.
I'm trying to figure out like how to incorporate like spitting, like like a character without being too vulgar. Like only people that watch this show would know.
You just
So-
put like a dude on the back of it, and you just have like spit coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, I was actually taking a shower and I was thinking about it, right? And it was a long shower.
He
But-
was
Oh my God.
and,
This is where it gets
and I was
weird.
like,
Oh
what
my
happens? What
goodness.
happens if I have like my face on it and then I have my mouth open, and then there's like, you know how it says your face here, and then
Mhm.
all you see was like, like
A trail.
An outline of
a trail of
Mhm.
yeah into my mouth. So you could put your picture on that.
I can't wait.
Oh god.
It's got to be that face from last week that kept popping up. It's got to be that.
Oh, the shallow Hal
Oh, my-
face.
Yeah. Oh my god! I gotta take a picture where like I'm like my mouth open and
Spitting.
spit it. Tuck it out, tuck it in. I mean. Oh, sorry.
Tuck it out, tuck it in.
That came out wrong.
Oh man.
Oh,
Tuck it
We-
out.
we-
tuck
we
it
never-
in.
we never did really go
Yo,
through the
speaking-
pictures, did we?
No, but speaking of
Yeah, we was all it was we call it Lobo XM Lobo left. That was it.
yeah, but speaking of tucking out and tucking in, yo, I remember that fucking scene in Silence of the Lambs with Buffalo Bill.
Oh, he touched the window.
Yeah.
What
Into their mic. Good God.
the hell? It's a
I was
cyclone.
remembering that scene, but like that scene was, that fucked me up as a kid, man. Because I was like, I think 12 or 13 when I saw that.
You ain't got yourself a Wild Bill poster.
Yeah.
oh hey, to the Star Wars panel, since there's so many is on the Star Wars tip here. How many Star Wars pieces will you call it quits? Will it be forever?
If
No.
I could, no. Well, if I could fill this wall back here with all like dark side, scum and villainy pieces, I'll be happy. So I want to light this whole wall up with just red sabers. That's my goal.
Thor's almost there.
Thor?
Yes, I'm almost there. I'm gonna have to relocate Boba and Luke over here, but I can't call it. I can't call it finished until I get the Emperor. Man, it's just you can't have the dark side without the Emperor, man. So
Yeah, I'm with you, Thor. We need to have the Emperor.
but if I do get him, then I could honestly say I could stop collecting. I could honestly say that.
Yeah, I just need 2 or 3.
Retired.
What about you, George?
I'm good with the Mythos line that I have. I don't need the. I mean, I wish if they would make more to line up with that, I probably would buy them. But I don't need the quarter scales. I have the D'Agostini Millennium Falcon that I'm still waiting for the rest of the pieces on, which I'm about to raise bloody hell on if I don't get my pieces. That would probably be it for me if I ever finally get that full set. But yeah, I like my Mythos. So.
What did you do with your Lego Millennium Falcon? What happened to that?
It's right there.
Oh shit! Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I want to take and put that. I found a kit to make the hangar bay for like $400. You can get you can get all the pieces to put that together, but it's 4. I think it was like 4.5 feet long.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
So I was like, when I was looking at putting it together, and then it's like I want to say like 2 feet high. So when putting this whole thing together, I was like, holy shit, it's gonna be like the biggest coffee table ever.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm gonna be going through all that. So I don't know. I don't know. It's probably gonna end up just staying where it's at, or maybe I'll move it to the top so that way it can be seen a little bit more.
Yo, George, you live close to Disney World, right?
Yeah, about 3 hours.
Are you going to Star Wars?
I'm trying to go to the Disneyland during San Diego Comic-Con, trying to hit up that one. And yeah, I'm trying to hit up the one in Orlando when it opens.
That's opening up soon too, right? I heard they were having
May,
a soft
May 23rd or something like that.
Yeah, they're having like a soft opening or something.
For California, they're going to have it in May, and in Orlando, it's going to be August.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I heard that the ride that they have there, the Millennium Falcon ride, it's like 30 minutes long.
From what I saw on the Nerdist site, they had the longer ride is the one that takes you through the dark side, like going through like the the New Order.
Oh,
there's
okay.
There's like a whole thing that takes you through the New Order and all that. It's more of like a cart ride, similar to like I don't know, what are some of those cart rides like the Haunted Mansion. It's like the Haunted Mansion with Star Wars stuff. The Falcon ride I heard is supposed to be like 15 minutes or something like that.
Damn.
But they're both supposed to be like the longest rides ever.
Yo, that's gonna be a long line, man. Psh, can you imagine waiting for that?
The Pandora ride, the Flight of the Passage Avatar ride.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I went when they opened it, and that shit was like 4 hours wait for a 6-minute ride.
Damn,
What? 6-minute ride, bro.
I went there like the first time. I've been going. I go to Disney all the time, dude. I do like 4 or 5 trips a year. And I finally got to go on the Flight of Passage, like maybe like 3 or 4 months ago. And the line said it was like a 90-minute wait. Dude, we were in line 3 hours, bro.
Oh,
what? You didn't leave?
Is there like
Dude,
a fast pass?
No.
No?
No, because when it first opens, they don't fast pass it.
You know what it is that it's ridiculous how they created the line for that ride. And I talked to like my friends work at Disney, and they tell me the craziness that happens in that line. Like people actually take a piss while they're waiting.
What?
Yeah, because they don't want to get out of line. They don't want to get out of line to
So do you know why?
So-
you guys know why it's all fucked up? Here's the inside scoop. They hand out a flyer now when you go on the line, because I just went there in June last year, July. They give you a flyer now, and you have to read it, even if you've been on the ride before, because people are throwing up on the ride. So it's like a big ass IMAX screen that like goes underneath you and to the sides of you. So if somebody throws up on the screen, that ride is out of commission. Not for 5 minutes, not for 10 minutes, for as long as it takes to clean that vomit up, because it would ruin. You know, you gotta fix the screen basically. Yo.
So wait 20 minutes after you eat to go on the ride.
The engineering of that
like
alone.
Your parents told you.
The ride was dope. But
super
so
dope.
we had they do a thing at Disney called Child Swap. So the Child Swap is you go up to the ride and you tell them, hey, my wife is gonna stay with my kid. I'm gonna go through the line. They give her a fast pass. And then what's supposed to happen is when you get off the ride, she gets on with a fast pass. So we were there with a bunch of my friends and everything. So my wife actually made it on and off the ride before I ever made it through the line. That's how bad.
That seems fucked up.
That's how bad that shit is over there, man. So
I wouldn't want to talk to my wife. She'd be like, "Oh my gosh, that was so good." Don't talk to me.
she texted me. She got off the ride. She's like, "That ride was the shit." I was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, that shit is awesome.
So that the new Star Wars section of the park, is that within Disney itself, or is it basically
It's at Hollywood Studios?
Hollywood
What
Studios.
Hollywood
It's in one of the Disney parks. Yeah.
Okay.
George, you've been to part of it, right? You tried out something with Seth, I thought, a couple of months ago, right?
No, we went. They did they have like this 3D immersive
thing, right?
video game that you
Yeah.
can go into, and it's awesome, bro. That was a lot
You're
of fun.
talking about the that was like the First Order something. That's offsite though.
It's offsite. That's at
Yeah.
that's actually at the Disney Village.
Yeah.
Hollywood,
Disney Springs.
Disney Springs. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it is. Disney Springs.
Oh, I
And
know they had that dope sushi place.
they do have a good sushi place there.
That's Morimoto's.
Mhm.
Yep, Morimoto's.
Yeah, Morimoto's, man.
But
Been there, it's dope.
that video game is awesome though. That is very immersive. It's really cool. So
Now, Thor, you taking a trip down when it opens up?
No, man, I gotta wait. As much as I love Star Wars, I gotta wait till them crowds thin out a little bit. You know, I'm getting too old for all them crowds and shit, man. You know, so at some point I am gonna go. It's just, when it's new, it's gonna be folks out the wazoo. So
Yeah.
at some point I will.
I'm going to the a Star Wars celebration next month.
in Chicago, nice.
Yeah. Are you going?
I want to. Nah, I can't. I'm not going to that one.
Aw.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, you should come, man.
I want to, but
I need a roommate. The hotel rooms are expensive, man. I'm looking.
We
Yeah,
we go to the one in Orlando when it comes.
Yeah, I went to that one 2 years ago. That was, I mean, it was fun, but it was like kind of unorganized. I was like, my gosh.
George, do you know if you know people that are down there? Do you know if they're converting the castle like they do for like the theme? It'll be all Star Wars themed for a while, I would assume.
No, because Hollywood Studios is separate from the Magic Kingdom.
Ah, okay.
So what you probably will have is all of Hollywood Studios is going to probably be themed out Star Wars.
Wow.
So that might happen.
Wow.
They do the March of the First Order there. They
Yeah.
have Star Tours already.
Jesus.
Yeah.
They just opened. So last year they'd opened Toy Story Land. So that's going to eat up a lot of the crowd.
Which one?
Wow.
So
Toy
that's
Story
at,
Land.
that's at Hollywood Studios.
What are you talking about?
Toy Story Land.
Oh,
Toy
so
Story
that
Land's fun.
Marvel store and the Star Wars store there, in Hollywood Studios.
What were you going to say, George?
Toy Story is pretty cool. I mean, hopefully, I guess you can go to Toy Story Land once when Star Wars Land opens up. And I think they give you what is it? The extra Disney Magic Hour. They call it Magic Hours. If you stay at one of their hotels, you can usually get into the park like an hour early.
Or
so
late.
that gives you or late, and
Yeah.
it gives you opportunity to do some of these things. So
I usually refer to Magic Hour as something different.
Yeah.
See,
So if you hey Gary Speed, what up, kid?
It's okay.
So Gary.
So
Okay.
if you
Hello, Gary.
if you stay on the park and you like book your fast passes ahead of time and you plan your days the right way, like my wife loves planning Disney shit. So she'll plan to go like, hey, we're gonna go here and then we're gonna end here because you have extra magic hours. And
Yeah.
then I mean one night we did Hollywood Studios and we did Slinky on extra magic hours, and then we did Tower of Terror like 10 times.
yeah.
Because everybody's at Slinky Dog Dash because that was like the new ride that year. So I think the same thing will happen now that Star Wars Park is open. Everybody will be a Star Wars or a Toy Story. That park is going to be a free-for-all for you to be able to. I mean, I love that Tower of Terror ride. Big time.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody will be over in that one section more than likely. So the rest of actually probably all of the parks will have a drop in like when Avatar opened up, I was there opening weekend, and Magic Kingdom had like the lowest wait times I've ever seen. Like I could get on the mine train like in 30 minutes.
Which is usually like 2-hour wait. Yeah.
Exactly. But we had extra magic hours for Hollywood for Animal Kingdom to try to go to Avatar, and we couldn't even get into Avatar. They had a line, and then I was asking the person, I was like, "Okay, so where does this set put me into getting into Avatar Land?" Like, "Oh, where you're standing right now, you have 2 hours before you can get into Avatar Land." So I was like, 2 hours. I was like, "What happens when I get in there? You could walk around and see the sights, but you can't get on any rides." So I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
They're not removing that Buzz Lightyear ride in Hollywood Studios, the one where you like get the high scores and shit with the gun.
No, they actually made 2 of those now. No. You're talking about in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, that
Sorry.
was in Magic Kingdom.
Hollywood
Yeah,
Studios is the one I was referring to, the gun one. But I think
Hollywood
the two
Studios
games
has
are very
the-
similar.
Yeah, they're both
bumper
the same
cars.
thing.
They're what? Somebody
Hollywood
said-
Studios has the bumper cars.
No, that's not the one I'm referring to.
You're
No, he's talking about the 3D
Buzz
glasses
Lightyear-
game.
Oh, okay.
Buzz Lightyear, they have that. The Buzz Lightyear is like that, and that's in Magic Kingdom. And then they have the Toy Story Mania in
Wait,
Toy Story Land.
This is the one I'm talking about where they you shoot the gun
Yeah,
and like you're on like a roller coaster type thing, or cart, that goes around.
yeah, you have like the gun that.
Okay. We're talking the same thing. I just want to make sure. Okay. Cool.
Hey Tim, this is a big question for you, man. What if Disney, since they're doing all this crazy X-Men promotion, what if they make an X-Men like land, like a
They
miniature
can't.
land down there?
They
What's
can't.
that?
They
They
can't,
can't.
dude. Not east of the Mississippi
Yeah, Universal has the rights to theme park.
because they're stupid.
Yeah,
Oh.
fucking stupid.
I thought they pretty much had all the rights with this deal. Or not?
No, they
that's
have the
just
rights
to-
for the movies and memorabilia and stuff, but yeah,
Gee.
that park at Universal is not going anywhere. And
Wow.
that Hulk ride is fucking crazy.
Yeah, where'd
Wow.
Rodney go?
He had to pop off because it's almost time to say goodnight.
All right.
Just real quick. Did anyone try? Wasn't there like a Magneto ride there
No,
in Universal? No. There
There's
was a Doctor Doom, right? Is
Doctor
that
Doom Free Fall.
Yeah, I tried that. That was fucking scary, man.
Yeah, so there's a 3D Spider-Man ride, Doctor Doom Free Fall, Hulk roller coaster, and then there's one other one. There's no X-Men rides though.
I did the Jurassic. I did the Jurassic. Did anyone do the Jurassic Park ride there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, that fucking. I'm telling you right now. My balls were in my mouth. Like
what?
Yo, like seriously, because like you know how like the because you know how like the ride starts off like nice and calm and it takes you to a detour. So I knew there was a fault, like there was like a drop, right? I just didn't know when. So I'm like looking at like all these dinosaurs spitting at you and like
spitting at you.
Yeah, they were. There was the Dilophosaurus was like.
Did they pay you a royalty?
Yeah.
Hey,
PJ. I opened my mouth, but
PJ Barry White talking to you.
Oh, what's up, Barry?
Hey,
Yo,
PJ.
Yo.
Get them balls about your mouth.
My balls, man.
Jack.
PJ, you graduated from spit to balls in a matter.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Congratulations.
But like, so I'm like, I'm messing around with my friends. We're all like joking around, and like, you know how the ride is like, you see at the end of the ride, there's like the T-Rex, right? And it's like the rides bring you up to his mouth. I'm like, oh, whatever. I stood up and I tried to touch the teeth of the T-Rex. So as soon as I try to touch it, guess what? That's where the drop is. And seriously, it was like a 90-degree drop. And like I'm telling you, my balls are in my mouth.
Oh my god!
Go to Six Flags in California and ride X2.
X2?
It is the fucking craziest.
Go to Cedar Point. Cedar Point's the best park in the state.
Yeah.
Get out of here!
Every one of their roller coasters in like the Guinness Book of World Records.
Really?
Come on, Six Flags in New Jersey is the best.
Yeah, but they get the shit after them. In fact, they ended up buying Six Flags.
The Six Flags in Jersey has the tallest roller coaster in the world still.
Which one?
That
Nitro?
one. That's the what's
King
that?
de Ka.
King de Ka.
Oh yeah.
How tall is it?
425.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 5. Yeah, they made it 5. They just happened to make it 5 feet taller than the one in Cedar Point. Break. Come on, people.
It's actually
back
taller than
me
the
up
one
here.
because roller coasters are really big. I think it's Japan, but it's one of those Asian
The
places.
Steel Dragon.
It's the King de Ka has the record still for the highest roller coaster.
Oh shit!
It had the record for highest and fastest, and it was a vertical free fall. And then the Steel Dragon beat it for fastest, I think, or longest. Steel Dragon's longest. There's one in Dubai that's the fastest now.
Correct.
Yeah,
It's a Ferrari. It's a Ferrari thing. It's all Ferrari.
Yep.
How fast? Like how fast are we talking about? Like 200 miles?
King de Ka is 128 miles an hour.
And
in under 6 seconds.
Oh shit!
Even Mark in the chat was backing me up, dude. Cedar Point always has them first, and then the people copy them. Just saying, or one up them, or whatever you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
So they have do they have a standing coaster?
Cedar Point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one?
I don't know what it's called. I haven't been there in a while.
Do they have a leg dangling coaster?
Probably every park does.
Do they have a hanging from your back, facing down coaster?
Isn't that the same thing as the hanging one?
No, I'm talking sitting in a
hanging.
chair with your legs hanging, being hooked from your shoulders with your legs hanging.
I'm talking about Guinness World Records.
I'm talking about variety of thrill rides. I love thrill rides.
You do coasters. Here's an easy one for you guys. You do coasters. The 3 largest in the country are Six Flags Magic Mountain, Cedar Point, and Six Flags in Jackson, New Jersey.
There it is. What's the one in Magic Mountain? Superman?
I can't remember, but they have the most thrill rides / roller coasters in the country.
Yeah.
And I forgot one of them, a sleeper, King's Dominion in Virginia has a ton of roller coasters.
Yeah. I can't do coasters anymore, man. I used to love them, but ever since I got older, I end up like just doo-dooing my
Spitting.
pants at the end.
Spitting everywhere.
I'll spit through my asshole. That's what I end up doing.
Oh my god.
PJ, it's ball spit, right?
What's that?
You get ball spit in your mouth.
Oh my gosh!
Yo,
All kinds of.
Master Pizza said I'm describing sex positions. Sitting down, hanging from your chest, legs like this, standing pose. Hey.
Mac, you ever go to Cedar Point?
Yeah, I've been there. I don't ride the rides though. I'm too much of a
what?
I'm too much of a bitch.
You don't ride? What do you go to? Fucking look at chicks or something?
Yeah, that's all I do. Is I talk to him. I'm like, hey baby, how you doing?
Got that Barry
Nah,
White
man.
voice
You ever
going
met a
on.
man with his voice is low?
It's a control thing, man. I just don't like being on them things because
Oh, I love
can't
it.
control it. I can't control it, man. I'm not about that.
No, but, you know, I'm telling you, I used to be like I would love to be in the front of the roller coaster, and I'll do all kinds of roller coaster. But now I just can't do it for some reason, man.
Ever since you had your balls in your mouth, huh? You can't do it anymore.
no, ever since I'm telling you
It
guys.
left a bad taste in his mouth.
Yo, when I started spitting out my balls out of my mouth, that's when I knew. I was like, all right, I'm done.
Yo,
It would
even
be a
Ed Dude says Cedar Point has the most roller coasters in the country.
Keep reading.
No, it's Six Flags Magic Mountain. I'm telling you.
Two lines down, he says, "Never mind." Six Flags Magic Mountain.
He does? Oh shit. Okay.
Hey guys, it's been fun, man. But I gotta head out, man.
No worries.
All right, later, George.
Later.
See you, George.
Peace of George.
Yeah, I love thrill rides so much.
Me too.
I can go on the same ridiculous ride 10 times in a row and not feel anything. Let's go on another one. And I don't hold on. I don't clamp my legs. I am open. Throw me around this fucking track.
PJ,
as hard as
spit
you
in his
want.
mouth. PJ, spit in his mouth.
Yeah,
I
PJ
love
sit
that
behind
shit
in front of
so-
you.
Yeah,
Spit up in the
actually,
air.
I'm mouth open, ready to receive it.
actually, you know what I used to do? Like I used to go on the ride so much.
Ready
Like,
to receive it.
Yo, Cask is watching. He says he loves my beard. That's his thrill ride. All right, cool,
okay.
cool, buddy.
So who gonna be on tomorrow?
I have to see
I can't
what
make
time.
it.
I'm gonna. If anything, I'll come on a little bit later.
I know Tim coming on tomorrow.
No, I'm gonna fucking pick his brain. I'm gonna
I know
fucking
Stephen
grill
Lee.
him.
Stephen Lee gonna be on here.
Thor, what time you got it on? 1?
1 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, count me in. I'll have to find my son something to do, but we'll see how long that lasts. He'll probably want to join in, but hopefully not. So you count me in for sure.
All right, that's cool. That's what's up. But yeah, y'all, I don't think we're gonna shut it down.
Oh,
Hey, you gotta ask. Hey, you before you do. You
Whoa!
gotta ask-
Yeah.
you gotta
Yeah.
ask Nick a question.
Watch him. I'm gonna ask him.
No, go ahead, Mac.
You can ask him. Go ahead.
For me?
Yeah, didn't you say you want to ask Nick a question? Eh?
No, you said
No, the question.
The question.
Oh, yeah. Well, hold on. Before we do that, because shit about to get crazy. So, we want everybody to tune in tomorrow. We're going to have Franco Carlissimo on here, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And 2, this is for all my Kylo Ren PF fan owners out there. If y'all have a Kylo Ren PF and you wanted like a unmasked head, please hit me up. That's just that's between me and you. But yeah, just hit me up. You'd be interested in getting a unmasked Kylo Ren PF head portrait, right? So hit me up. We'll talk about it. But Nikki Six, when you come on this program, you must take a survey question, sir.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, good. So
Nick, are you familiar with the question?
I think I have an idea.
So please, can you tell us who is your number one chick, be it porn star, model, sports figure, swimsuit? You know where we're going with this shit.
Always. And no, she will not have hairy pits.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
that man's a real one.
So hold on.
My man Nick is a real one.
Man for the cause.
Lick those hairless.
So who is it? Just tell me who it is.
I'm gonna have to have a showdown with Jason. It's Kate Beckinsale for sure.
Ooh,
Showdown with
Ryan's
Jason.
girl too.
Yeah, showdown with Ryan.
So Kate
It's
Beckinsale.
Ryan's girl.
Yeah,
too.
but
This is where I go.
There's a bonus to that. She's in a tie with Jessica Alba. Oh,
Oh man.
So
At least he didn't say Brie Larson.
Old now, dude.
you arrive back in hell. You
Yours
know,
haven't been kind.
and you telling me you walk in your room, both of these hoes are there.
They're not hoes. They're
Well, they gotta be hoes,
ladies.
man. Why can't they be
They're
women?
ladies, guys.
That's not what they got, and they ready to do whatever you command them to do. However, they will have Harry Pitts in tow. You telling me,
And toes?
you
Jeez.
telling the Dark Lord, you gonna tell them chicks to split? That's what you telling me?
No, I'm gonna
get out the buzzer and go.
Yeah, it's the buzzer or
No,
shit.
ain't no buzzers. They said no buzzers. We going raw dog, or you ain't getting shit.
I'm all in then. I'm all in.
Very much. Case dismissed.
No,
Wait,
no.
Hold on a second.
Objection.
No, wait. Is it a one-off? Is it one time only?
Everybody here would make a mistake.
Yes,
all of us would
everyone
make that
would make the same
mistake.
thing. Exactly.
I don't know if I would, man. I think I'd back out.
Wait, is it a one? Yeah, but no.
Hold them together.
Is it a one time only though? Is it?
Yeah, that's your only shot.
No, that's not the question.
Wax them with the Harry Pitts. Or
Well,
that-
if
that's
it's
the first part of the
it-
question.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, is that part of the question though? See that
No,
there's
you have to marry her and be with her forever. That was what we said.
Yeah.
The fucking Sith Lord over here is changing shit.
You
know
wake
what?
up
No.
every single morning right next to
No.
Jessica Alba and Kate Beckinsale.
No.
And the
After
first thing
she's
they
got
do
her
is
arms.
like, "Oh, honey, I gotta brush my pit hair."
no.
Mhm.
Nope.
Or the
Yes.
first thing to do is say, "Hey, let me take care of your morning wood."
that double rod job that you could be getting, and you don't think about that.
Double rod job. That sounds like
Double
something different.
rod.
Double rod
Oh my god.
You're not gonna be looking at no Harry Pitts when you get in there.
Wait. Or imagine the stink from not only one set of pits but two. It would stink to no end.
No, we didn't say they didn't wear deodorant.
One on
Here we go.
I mean, but the thing is, if you have
Deodorant's not
that
gonna
long of a hair like that, how do you put the deodorant? I mean, it's just gonna
It's not gonna be
linger.
that long.
It's gonna be like in the tips of it. It's like look at-
Dingleberries.
My goodness. Oh my god.
Dingleberries of deodorant.
We're gonna have pit cakes. The pit cakes all over.
Shit.
Not the right kind of cakes.
No, not those kinds of cakes.
No,
Cake,
I'll
cake,
make- I'll
cake.
make that-
Y'all make it.
Frosting on.
Y'all make it sound like it's Rapunzel's hair inside the armpits.
We never said it wasn't.
It's
She could have
Rapunzel's.
dreadlocks under there.
Oh, my
Bob
word.
Marley going on under there.
No, that's a pass. It's way too much. It's too much.
Jamaica's got the
Too
buffalo team.
much. It's just too much.
Gary Speed says marriage can get a bit hairy sometimes, but other times it's the
There's some
pits.
truth there.
There's
Yeah.
double entendre all day right there.
rod job.
Okay. How
That
about if
sounds
I
like penis stuff.
What?
Double rod job.
The
Yeah.
double rod job. Two.
Oh,
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
talking
think about
two
it.
chicks.
Oh, it sounds like two dicks.
No,
Because there's, I don't know. Maybe
Ask me the same question again in New York, and maybe I'll have a different answer.
no, don't you fucking back out, Nick. You're a real one, dog.
Oh,
You're a
Nick.
fucking real one.
Wait,
Another
Nick.
soldier for the army of right.
No, I'm just
Oh my god.
no with how much hair stinks. You can't, man. It would just get stank,
you
man.
can't get out of your
There's-
clothes, dude. It's
there
like
has
that.
to be-
Shampoo that shit.
There has to be something that discerns them from us other than their genitalia.
Yes,
No,
And it's
Sassoon,
got to be
you
the way
can't
that they
fix that
take
shit.
care of their bodies differently than we do.
dude. I'm talking waxed floor everywhere.
Bingo.
Yeah.
I want to squeak like a balloon.
Oh man.
Wow, this chat went down south pretty quick.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
'Cause I got news for y'all. Morena Baccarin,
Yo,
that
marriage.
chick could have some Angela Davis afros growing out of her.
Oh my. For real? For marriage. Sorry, we're talking about
Easy.
marriage.
Easy. I ain't even got the
Bro,
Morena Baccarin, man.
All right,
Thor.
so let me ask you.
Thor.
Let me ask you
No,
this.
no,
What's
no,
the
no.
difference?
But Karen or
Thor,
Bob?
I got one. for
How
you.
the fuck you pronounce it?
Yeah,
I'm just curious. I don't know.
imagine her with Pam Grier pits in her heydays,
Not a
man.
problem.
Did someone say amen?
Oh, dude.
Not a problem. Let's see y'all. Apparently, y'all need some visual aid.
No, we don't need visual aid. Thor, let me ask you a
You're only
question.
going to solidify
What's your
our
preference?
Huh?
What's your preference?
I
what?
mean, actually, I kind of like the. I need that 2-day flavor. You know what I mean?
What?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I need to taste that asparagus. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I can't. That's gross.
I need to taste that
Part too.
asparagus.
Yeah, Mark
PJ.
Mark Dukes is like, yo, good thing the ladies left the show. Exactly.
No.
Let's hope they don't watch this on the replay.
You know, it's funny. It's
Bunch
like
of
with
savages.
when the ladies are on, we're like, oh, we're so like, oh yes, statues are beautiful. Premium formats are beautiful.
Yeah, all that
As soon, as soon as they leave, we're like, yo,
So hang on.
asparagus.
I got
You guys, best behavior. You guys, when Susan was on, oh my god, you could have like, it was flawless. There wasn't a bad thing to say.
Thank you so much.
I felt like out of character. I'm
so.
like, yes.
You
Damn.
telling me
Boy,
you gonna sit here and tell me you really gonna sit here and tell me some goddamn armpit hair gonna stop you from
It
wearing
looks photoshopped.
No, bro,
Ryan.
I'm
No,
gonna wear her like a fur coat.
Thank you.
But I'm not gonna marry her.
Yeah, I mean, if
Not
I'm
unless you
married to
change
her,
it.
Well, I wouldn't, because the chick gonna be with another dude in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
all
basically,
right,
Change, bro.
I know. All
He's
right,
a little
all right,
indecisive.
so she's you marry her, right? And she just never shaved her hair, her armpit hair. You still be cool with that? Come on.
This broad here,
Yeah.
I ain't even got to think about it.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you smell that.
Thor, you deserve better, man.
I got
Have y'all
That
not
has some
seen-
self-confidence.
have y'all not seen Deadpool?
Thor.
Yeah,
You
we
need to
see
love
that.
yourself.
Thor, I got to go in for the whole panel here. This is a trick question here. Same thing. What if that or any of your dream women here, you had your one shot, but she had a happy trail of ass hair? Then what?
Ooh.
Hell no. Hell no. I'm
Hold
out.
on. Hold on. This might have to go to after hours because I got a real bad question.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got some follow-up questions.
I was good with the armpit hair because I don't mess with no armpits when I'm doing anything. But you start getting into anything else, no, it needs to be shaved.
I can't. You know. Yeah. No anal hairs, please.
How bad?
Definitely
Well, I
not.
got some questions.
No anus hairs?
No
Anus.
Definitely no anus.
Oh,
Put the
the
accent
rules
on
keep
there, right?
changing. Yo, Rodney, man. I thought you left, bro.
He's still out there.
He's like, yo, the rules keep changing.
Yeah, the only
Really?
Yo, he heard. Yo, he was out, but he heard like he had a little tingling in his ear. He's like, yo, they're talking about armpit hair.
He literally came back, and the first
Tingling
thing
in
he
his
said
pits.
was, "Oh my god!" I take a listen. I hear double rod job.
Good job, man.
oh, man.
Ain't no armpit hair gonna prevent nobody from.
Oh my god!
No, Thor. True question. What if she had a little happy trail in the rear?
Man, this broad here.
Define little.
That one,
This
yeah.
chick here.
Yep.
Oh,
Like a mustache that's been.
I'm instantly out at that point. Instantly out
What
at
if
that
her
point.
nipples were hairy?
Yo, I'm telling you guys. Yo, I talked to Thor.
Done.
Saying.
Nothing's. Yo, if he
Nothing
says
stops him.
you do not understand the power of the dark side.
You've been consumed by the dark side, my friend.
There's been some times where Thor, like, we mentioned some things in the chat. Like,
You
I'm like,
should-
yo,
You shall pay for your lack of vision.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
yo, there's
I
been
will do
times
what I
where I'm
must.
like, damn, what, 14
I
days?
will do what I must. That was good.
Oh my god, bro! Y'all are the best, man.
Ryan, I want to hear your questions, man. I wonder what your questions are there.
Are we saying them after the show? Or
Yeah, we're gonna have to say him off
are
air.
we talking about like a mustache, like a Tom Selleck, 90 degrees? on the butt?
We're talking like Dom DeLuise, like
Dom DeLuise.
Oh god.
Gotta look up Dom DeLuise to make sure how bad it was.
I don't know where we're gonna find all these Sasquatch.
Dom DeLuise was in
Yeah, that's
Robin
less
Hood
bad
Men
than
in
Tom
Tights.
Selleck's.
Dom
Louise. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Yo, even like I don't care if it's like I don't know if you feel something around that area. Yo, that's it.
That's it, man.
Game over. Game over, man.
Armpit hair can be ignored, but anything, but all that other stuff cannot be ignored.
Yeah, because
your dream girl, your dream one ever, like one time only.
Shit, man. Yo,
one time only. None of us are idiots.
Yeah.
All of us are jumping on that. None of us are idiots here.
Yeah.
Not with the hairy ass.
I'm at a pool party a year from now. My whole family's there, and my wife is playing, volleyball in the pool. And they're like, yo, your fucking wife's armpit hair is mad fucking ragged, bro. And I'm like, I'd be fucking super embarrassed. Yo, babe, you got to shave your armpit hair. Sorry, man. There's got to be a separation for me.
Yeah.
A woman's got to be a specific thing. And if she doesn't like the beard, I'd shave the beard for her.
Yeah. I mean,
it goes both ways.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. I mean, man, but I mean, all right. So I'm with my dream girl, and then things are happening, and then all of a sudden I feel the hair down by her anus.
Down under.
Down there.
Down there. I don't know, man. That's a tough
I feel like
question.
you just learned to speak Spanish. And
Like-
this was
like,
your
I
first day. You're like pronouncing shit.
But I mean, like, but I'm with Atim. Like, you just make that mistake once. That's
Yep.
it.
And
I mean-
you never tell anybody.
You never tell anyone. You just say, "Yo, Kate Beckinsale was dope." That's it.
That's
You don't
it.
really
You take that one to the grave.
I don't know. I think I'd still pass. I think I'd still
Take that
pass
one to the grave and the pet cemetery.
because I think that
Oh,
I
it
think
doesn't
that
even come back with you.
I think
You
that
know when you
might.
come back from the dead.
I think that would haunt me.
Hey, Tim, you can't take it to the grave because there's paparazzi shooting pictures
Of me? No.
with your woman. Yeah.
Nah, bro. I'm getting into fist fights then. Get away from my woman's hair.
Yeah, but you don't know Thor. Thor is the dark side of the Force, man. Complete Sith.
I keep telling y'all, man. I wish y'all knew me back in 1999.
I don't know about that.
Believe me, this ain't the dark side you seeing now.
I've seen some pictures. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. This ain't shit.
Yeah.
This is Montessori school here, Jack. Believe me, I fucking tell you.
My boy Thor was dirty.
And your boy Rodney.
I don't know if I want to shake your hand back then.
Your boy Rodney, they call him the Stairmaster.
Stairmaster.
This is true shit. I'm not making this shit up.
Thor.
Yo, that's
Yo,
enough.
you know the
That's
first
enough.
thing
This got to go off air.
You guys are like the dirtiest fuckers.
Footage, man.
Yo, Thor. All you know what I'm doing right after the show, right? I'm renaming his nickname on that group.
Oh, yo, I can do it right now.
Ryan is doing it as we speak.
Do it right now, Ryan. Rodney, the
Oh,
Stairmaster.
God.
Stairmaster.
Yo, that sounds like a freaking wrestling name too, man.
Did I just say Stairmaster?
Introducing
Stairmaster.
Rodney, the Stairmaster Joe.
Oh my
If they ever
God.
build one of them Terminator time machines,
Oh boy.
Yes. Change the Stairmaster. Done.
Oh my
all
god.
right, y'all. We'll talk about this shit off air, buddy. Yeah, Franco Carlissimo tomorrow. If you need your Kylo Ren unmasked head, holler at your boy. Any other kind of heads, you on your own. Oh shit.
Or double raw job.
Rodney asked, by the way, ask her how much and who.
Oh my god.
Bingo.